Hello everybody, WaffleTime here. If you're here viewing this video, congratulations, you've attended every stream, every new video release, and even revisited every old video of mine to comment, thought this was Legendary Seed Part 2, got excited for a second, or he definitely forgot Legendary Seed Part 2. Anywhere between 26 and 47 times in a row, the text announcements and stream announcements saying it'll be out in a few weeks were simply a distraction. You've met the threshold of a staggering more billion comments about it on other videos of mine, so now I can finally release this video. I commend you. If you missed part 1, the full pre-hard mode experience, allow me to briefly catch you up to speed. Every single block, every single mob and enemy not only physically bested me upwards of 50 times in physical combat, resulting in me taking several bites out of both of my monitors, but morally and emotionally degraded me to the point of absolutely no return. Our mindset every single time we eat, sleep, or make a chocolate deposit on the floor of the local Taco Bell employees only restroom is in crippling fear of what comes next. You see, last time we managed to squeak by and beat pre-hard mode. Allow me to break this down for you and tell you what the government doesn't want you to know. Let's take a quick look at the word pre-hard mode. While you may be thrown off with small distractions such as the Eater of Worlds being the most difficult boss in the entirety of any game I've ever played, or perhaps the Wall of Flesh spawning imps that despite my best efforts put fireballs in every single orifice on my body repeatedly, pre-hard mode when broken down to its roots is actually, bear with me here, pre-hard mode. Wake up, America. Think about it. It comes before hard mode, meaning we aren't in hard mode, but now that we've barely, and I mean barely managed to scratch and sniff the balls of flesh, we are now officially in hard mode, which to me means one thing and one thing only. This is going to be 100 times fucking harder than pre-hard mode. How in God's name are we expected to progress without shaving ourselves completely bald in a full early 2000s style TMZ recorded public celebrity meltdown fashion? Needless to say, that Terraria themed G-string we attempted to waffle stomp down the shower drain in the last episode is being soggily strapped back on because, brother, we have work to attend to, now with a fully ready, fully able, and prepared mind to completely and entirely corrupt and deteriorate by playing this godless seed. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, pro gamers all around, I present to you all, beating Terraria in Legendary Mode on MEDIUMCORE for the first time, Part 2, the full hard mode experience. And it all begins right after we beat the balls of flesh in a fabled, entirely ass-clenching battle. At this point, it goes without saying that our bell was rung. We were not only fucked, but also boned at the same time. Excited, but in crippling fear. What comes next? Where do we go from here? The answer to that question is quite simple. Absolutely gobsmackingly mindless early hard mode gamer grinding. We flee back to our iced out, blingy old waffle crib and bust open the Wall of Flesh loot sack, where we obtain not only a breaker blade but also a ranger emblem. The perfect weapon and accessory combo. These two pieces of gear go together like unity in making good decisions, meaning it doesn't go together one measly goddamn bit. Seeing as we're running a smidge low on gamer brews to buff with, we decided to kill two birds with one fishing rod and go on yet another epic gamer fish blasting session. Not only to obtain the fish we're gonna do unspeakable things with later, but also for an occasional crate, to see if perhaps we didn't even need to go for any altars at all to get our hands on some early hard mode armor. We aim our master bait to the water, we get ebon kois, we get a metric shit ton of crates, we get variegated lardfish, and what do we get for our hard work? That's right, fuck all. We get 6 mithril bars from the many crates we obtained, and daddy is not happy about it. Not one bit. The crate is made of mithril. Can I not just beat it with a hammer and throw it on my body? The silver lining is that we were able to make frog gear with the flippers we got, which is cool, don't get me wrong, but it's gonna be outlived by quite literally the first sign of early hard mode gear we could find. We go on yet another epic gamer fish blasting session. However, only going for crates. We get pearlwood crates. We get mithril crates. We accidentally get a toxicarp, which is actually kinda nice to have at this point. We get even more mithril crates. And nothing. We get nothing. Wonderful. We take our happy asses up to the hemorrhoid and ass cancer duel-infested wasteland to hopefully get our hands on some souls for making the mechanical boss's summoning items, as well as attempts to fish above ground, where less Atlantic cod can terrorize us for hours of fishing at a time. Yet another epic gamer fish blasting session has commenced, and we end up coming out with a damn good amount of crates, even with the crimson Twitter connoisseurs above us who get one hit tweet, then immediately try to advertise 27 different different products and pages underneath it, which are mingling with the corruption Instagram Reels creators that flex fake money stacks and ask you to DM them for the method. The method is a pyramid scheme or bank fraud. Thank God we built these walls to drown out the noises from out there. I couldn't imagine the brain rot that would ensue if we didn't have this added layer of protection. We take out our rage we obtained from thinking of people online for a few minutes on some putrid corrupt enemies, all of which take turns punching me in the back of the head until I have half the amount of brain cells I once originally had. So we're now working with a grand total of a single brain cell. We open said crates and... not horrible, but not great either. I'm mad, yes, but I'm not stressing, even an inkling. Simply on account of the fact that we have another option for getting hard mode armor. We have the OG way, strapping on our mining helmets and absolutely chopping the soul out of the ores manually. We seek work in the mines. We yearn dying in our early 30s due to black lung disease. However, before we leave our wife and kids behind with no money at all, we have to smash some altars. Luckily, in part 1 of this series, we built a gargantuan safe haven above ground in the corruption, where we can hopefully soon take on one of the mechanical bosses to get some better gear. We haul ass up to our tremendous arena and head down the purple pyramid we entirely ignored earlier to find some altars. Fucking... God damn it! The amount of rage that fills my blood when I open a chest and see a full-size set of ass cheeks press its way out, only to then rip a sour one directly into my nose is rivaled by none. We begin double leg over the shoulder pile driver supremo smashing the altars, and it appears as if we get cobalt, mithril, and adamantite. Yes, undoubtedly, and incredibly mid as fuck, but any sense of annoyance in our body is mercilessly and instantly replaced with crippling fear when we see what appears to be a giant mimic ready to snatch the soul right out of our bodies. Like the gun-toting absolute beefcake men that we are, we teleport up to despawn the mimic, as we are very scared of it and don't want to look at it or interact with it very much. We go back down and smash more altars and are slightly disgruntled yet also lightly tickled when we see we're gaining access to the other ores. It appears to me as if this world has given us the ultimate sloppy on ore collection duty, so we smash all of the altars we can find, all the while calmly and with utter zen peace, dodging all of the mobs and their various attacks. Oh my god, help! You see, with tranquility and calmness, there's not much you can't do. So try and take that attribute from me and use it in your daily lives. College professor takes pride in how many students fail their course because of how hard it is and won't acknowledge they're actually just a bad professor? Try screaming as loud as you can in the class while not breaking eye contact with them. The boss at your job approves your day off 2 weeks in advance and tries to deny it later and acts like you're putting them in a horrible, crippling bind? Simply grab them by both of the ears and hold your breath until your forehead and neck veins come out while making deep, unbroken eye contact. It's very simple. Anyways, it's time for pneumoconiosis for $1 of pay a week. In other words, it's time for an epic gamer mowing session. So we grab our spelunkers and get to work immediately. How ore distribution may or may not work in this world is even more beyond me than why some people's baby gender reveals need to involve 4 tons of pastel blue or pink napalm, exclusively in dry brush. However, we don't let that stop us and immediately get to grinding out the various ores that blessed our world. We start with cobalt, which appears to have spawned in the early snow biome in our world. I'm going to find whoever is leaving these fucking barrels of TNT down here and beat them with a rock until they turn into a soup. We then run to the left of our heaven evader to not even find a mere crumb of cobalt. We even check the top of hell and lo and behold, hell is not kind to us. We then zoom up our mine a bit more and end up finding another splotch of it ready for the mining of a lifetime. We collect it all, mine some more, and teleport home immediately in order to craft up a delicious, daring cobalt pickaxe. Why a pickaxe, I hear you ask? Because everyone knows drills make your caucus smaller. It's common Terraria knowledge at this point. We find our next tier of ore also in the heaven evader, which happens to be mithril. We mine it up, mine some more of that shit again and again until eventually, totally not out of fear for our lives or anything, we teleport home and craft up a mithril anvil, as well as a mithril pickaxe. We are re-earning our drip. That's what Terraria boils down to at the end of the day. The constant need, want, and desire for better drip without any incessant risk of drowning. And we need to make our character able to traverse the motherfucking Pacific. With this being said, we go on the long, tedious part of the hard mode ore grind, which is our beloved tier 3 ores. Both of the said ores have been more hard to find than the great and fabled dinosaur, the Clitosaurus, which is definitely totally just made up just to make me feel bad about myself. It's not real. After some searching, we managed to find a splotch of titanium, then another, then some Andamans as well as an extra layer of icing on the cake, when a Viking appears and makes the executive decision that we should not in fact be making any sort of progression at all. God damn! Mr. Frostbitten Balls bites my balls to replace his. Great! As you can tell, we aren't unhappy by this interruption to our gamer grind, but rather we are accepting and graceful about our untimely death. Pop quiz, fuckos, hope you've been taking notes. What do we do in this situation? Do we A, accept our death, B, find a safe way to get our loot and then exact revenge, or C, torture him with gas bubbles from a fish for the remainder of his miserable no-dick having life? If you chose C, 100 points goes to you and your friends. There's a lot of mobs in this game that I would thoroughly enjoy trapping in a small cage, then poking with a cattle prod repeatedly until they either starve or die of electrocution. But boy oh boy, let me tell you all now, undead Vikings are now at the top of that list. Anyways, we collect our belongings, re-equip our loot, reorganize everything, re-favorite everything, then boom! Find some more titanium, thankfully guarded with the threat of death by 1,000 bees looming over our heads. But has that ever stopped us? It may have killed us a few times, yes, but if we ignore all of those times that it did stop us, it has never stopped us, not once. We wander to the left and find a bit more, and a Dune Splicer decides to take all of our items, as well as all of our hard-earned cash money. Now, Dune Splicer, you remember what happened the last time exactly $2.3 trillion went missing in this economy, don't you? That's right. We collect our items and... God damn! We collect our items and teleport home to avoid enduring any more degradation by Sandworm. We head up and find some adamantite, then begin mining. Give me a fucking break! Holy fuck! We head back up and collect our items yet again, then teleport home to avoid enduring degradation by, let me check the list here. Moss hornets. How, I reiterate, in the fuck are we meant to progress in a time like this? Why is it that every time I take 2 steps forward in this seed, I get a supersonic ass-clapping 12 steps back? Who am I anymore? What is the point of life? The true and only way to find out the answers to our year-long questions is to progress. But good sweet mother of hell does it take a toll on the body, mind, and indomitable human spirit. We sprint all the way to the left. Worms! 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 God damn it! This takes a crippling, gobsmacking, immeasurable amount of time. We tear our world apart, settling for either of the tier 3 hard mode ores, collecting as much as we possibly can while narrowly avoiding death by worm at every nook and cranny in this absolute hot, steaming abomination of a world. We soon find adamantite heaven guarded by the wizard who has crippling dementia. Hey wizard, good to see you, pal. You aren't my son? Where's my house? Great talk, champ. We mine up the remainder of the adamantite laying near several unnecessary and unwanted pools of lava. After scrounging even more in the equivalent of hell's asshole, we, at long last, head back to the crib and nearly craft ourselves a delectable, positively scrumptious set of adamantite armor, when the thought occurs. With a little bit of elbow grease, a sprinkle of WaffleTime gamer gunk, and 4 tablespoons of hopes and dreams which fall short instantly upon pursuing, we can actually make ourselves a set of frost armor. We get to work on blowing shit up in our ice biome to hopefully give us the chance to spawn ice golems. You see, in a traditional Master Mode Terraria playthrough, standard adamantite armor or titanium armor is perfectly manageable to get you through the mechanical bosses. However, when you're in a putrid amalgamation of every single difficult seed, specifically tweaked by Red himself to make you more angry than you have ever been in your entire life, a 10% damage boost to melee or ranged accompanied by a chance of frost burning your enemy's dicks right off the bone is more than necessary. It is goddamn mandatory. We take a small amount of time to make an absolutely horrendous, cockroach-infested, rotten milk-filled house to set our spawn, then sleep until a blizzard begins. Then, and only then, we get to work. When I find one of these ice golems, not a single drop of fear will fall into my heart. I will take these absolute imbeciles on in battle without a dash of hesitance. Ice golems all across the world are going to write me in their history books as the cause of their most devastating time period. I will conquer all ice golems and fear none. Huh? Oh god, what do I do? Oh, thank god. Holy shit, he's stuck. Oh god, no, block him off, quick! Without getting scared once, we get our hands on our first frost core, and only 2 more were needed in our fearless ice golem rampage. God damn it! Let me spawn first, holy fuck! We search for our next ice golem, only imagining the amount of fear they must hold in their hearts just because of us. Oh no! What do I do? Please don't do this! My god, that was a close one. I am going to throw up. Just like that, we obtain our second ice core. At this pace, will there be any more ice golems for us to make cry out of raw fear? Any more to witness our gamer prowess for mere seconds before dying of a heart attack as a result of pure terror from simply looking at us? Holy shit! Blocks! Blocks! Blocks, please! Holy hell! Thank the high fucking heavens. This has been the most stressful day of my entire life. Our third frost core pops out of this terrified final ice golem. I almost feel bad for the things. You could tell how scared they were and how scared we weren't. No rest for the wicked pro gamers, however. We have drip to acquire and ice to obtain. We grab our adamantite and combine it with our frost cores to make quite possibly one of the coldest sets of armor in existence. Frost armor. Iced to the goddamn bone. I heard they call me Sub-Zero. I heard they call me Mr. Freeze with the amount of ice healthily flowing through my veins currently. I heard they call we take to our former Eater of Worlds arena, getting crippling shell shock from even standing in his presence, and attempt to collect more souls as well as cursed flames. We get our asses chewed off as expected, but teleport home just in time. Thank goodness we didn't die. I can't catch a fuck. Soon after collecting our gear, yet again, we realize we can collect souls simply by standing at our epic gamer corruption coward pyramid. We cut out a small section to use, not for us to use, you sick fucks, but for our Amarok to use, which we found while grinding for ice golems. We grind our little hearts out, and by grinding I mean simply standing there twisting our hog hamburger style, and occasionally cleaning out the hordes of mobs that accumulate down below. We managed to get our hands on a Nimbus rod. Ooh, that is gonna be so good for the destroyer. GG, Mex, gamer dub incoming. He has no idea. While doing this, we come across a mechanical skull. Oh yes, it appears to me as if Skeletron Prime will be catching a 4-course serving of these hands first. Or so I thought. We keep grinding, we keep dying, we keep crying, we keep shitting our pants. At this point, I am losing my marbles that I didn't even know I had to begin with. We are going into marble debt. No amount of secretly using my future son's college funds could dig us out of this mental hole. So we use it on gambling instead, and proceed onwards. We rinse and repeat this process, realizing it's a blood moon, attempting to grind out clowns and various mobs for hours, all in order to either get a banana ring or handfuls of souls and cursed flames. Would you even be surprised at this point if I told you we left the battlefield with 2 fistfuls of dog shit nothing? If you are surprised, you have not watched this channel long enough. Soon enough, we give up on our endeavors and head back to the crib in shame yet again. We're organizing our loot a bit when something peculiar happens. When we hover over our mechanical skull, it appears as a material. Part of a set? What? What set? Why is it a material? I have an innumerable amount of questions right now, and it is not good. Between our undying confusion and subtle but constant fear of the future, a beautiful angel visits in our world, taking the shape of a traveling merchant. We open his shop and see that there is a fine Gatligator for sale. Holy sweet mother of hell. We snatch it up as fast as possible, and now not only do we have a badass new weapon to defend ourselves, but we've also come to the realization that this is probably the 3rd traveling merchant in my full Terraria experience I didn't want to physically disembowel. It is a shockingly good feeling. A good feeling in the seed is incredibly unnatural, so in an uncomfortable fit of mixed emotions we don't know how to cope with, we buy a metric dick ton of bullets from the arms dealer, who was a mini shark deep in the nurse, but still kind enough to make a sale during that process. Then we turn them all into cursed bullets to not only give our enemies frostbitten schlongus dongus disease, but also the old itch and burn in desperate need of penicillin combo from the cursed effect our cursed bullets offer. We equip our ranger emblem and reforge our Gatligator, going into even further crippling debt but still not caring that much, as we ended up rolling unreal after a measly 10 billion attempts. Hooray! The day I find the Goblin Tinkerer in real life, I'm gonna make sure his wife thinks about me and misses me every single time they try and make love. We aren't upset about his egregious prices, not one bit. Thinking more about why in the blue shit our mechanical skull is not only a material, but quote-unquote part of a set, we take it over to the guide to see if we can answer our questions about it there. Perhaps our mechanical skull is faulty and we need to spend $1,400 including a service fee to replace a part that's only $200 tops. This is when we discover what was going to be the utter bane of our existence. Occam's razor? What the fuck are we talking about here? There's no way Ockram's in the seed, right? I've never fought that flying horse anus before. I don't know how to compete with him. What in God's good name is going on? While I cannot explain what in the actual hell is going to happen when we use Ockram's razor, we can deduce what it may be through some classic WaffleTime 101 balls of knowledge rhetoric in your afternoon soup. You see, Occam's razor is a principle that's been said to be created by a scholastic philosopher, William of Ockham. Though he may not have been the first to state it, the most commonly referred to form of this statement is from William of Ockham, and it states, pluralitas non est ponenda sine necessitate, which when translated from Latin to English states plurality should not be posited without necessity. Now, I know your head must be teeming with intriguing and engaging questions for this course just begging to be answered, such as, what the fuck are you talking about? To answer that burning question, I humbly retort, shut your ass. I'm getting to it. There will be a quiz on this later worth a full letter grade for no reason at all. Now, plurality should not be posited without necessity can boil down to one of a few things. First, it's oftentimes drastically paraphrased as the simplest explanation is usually the best one. Second, when simply put, is stated as when you're faced with a problem and have multiple solutions. The best answer is the one that has the least assumptions. A great example of this is if I lost the keys to my whip, aka the WaffleMobile 9000, I could assume the spirit of the Eater of Worlds took it to spite me one last time and aggravate me beyond any form of measure in existence. Or I could assume I just lost my keys or misplaced them. It's likely to assume that I just misplaced my keys rather than the Eater Fandango, as it has far less assumptions about the situation. Now the last explanation. This is the one that strikes fear into my already shriveled, feeble little gamer heart. Simply put, it goes as follows. Entities must not be multiplied beyond necessity. Now, what can we do with this information? What does Akram's razor actually do or create? Here are my notes before I saw the treachery of what was to come. Okay, if we follow the simplest explanation is usually the best one, then it's Akram. Akram is in the title of the item. It's his razor. He fucking shaves his ass with it. It's his. It's Akram. However, with that being said, it is made of the 3 mechanical boss summoning components. There's nothing... Oh my god, there is nothing simple about this. I am so goddamn concerned, but the best answer has the least assumptions, right? If I were to assume Red put Akram specifically into the seed, is that a reach? There haven't been new mobs, there haven't been any new bosses, just a shit ton of absolutely goddamn deranged tweaks and buffs to every block and enemy in the whole shit-filled planet. So is that a reach? If entities must not be multiplied beyond necessity, that can be referring to the item itself, or whatever unholy fucko it summons, right? If it's Akram, that makes sense. Instead of 3 mechs, it's 1 hemorrhoid. But if it isn't Akram, then it's all 3 mechanical bosses at once, and we gotta take them all on, mechanical mayhem style. So we'll have to take out Prime first, probably, then the Destroyer, just so we don't have a bunch of bombs flying at us. Then probably the Twins to make this battle emotionally viable. This is not gonna be good by any means. I'm gonna fucking throw up. Thank you for attending this semester of WaffleTime 101. I hope you learned some facts to tell your family and have them take you to the psych ward for, in a desperate attempt to be as equipped as possible before what was going to be the most treacherous battle I have ever experienced. We squish some spiders and flush them down the toilet to harvest their fangs, not only for the mere principle of not wanting to go to sleep with man-eating spiders living above us, but also for a small spider summon or two to help us along the way. While doing this, we also swing over to the arms dealer, completely interrupting the humidity creation session up there very briefly in order to procure an ammo box, which was worth the complete and utter C block we did on the arms dealer just then. If any of my predictions happen to be correct, we would need every crumb of ammo we could get our greasy hands on for the battles to come. We continue our spider stomping escapade when Icicle McFrostballs decides that he's had enough of our shenanigans and sends us back to hell where we belong. We are not happy about this, not one bit. He's just mad because his nards are cold, frosty, and permanently shriveled for all of eternity, and while ours may be microscopic and hard to find on occasion, they're warm and snug like a microwaved egg in our WaffleTime themed pantaloons. And he's simply jealous of that. So who really lost that battle? We collect our things yet again, then go on to make the spider staff we've been raving about all this time. We then go on another hour-long, nail-biting, downright ass-clenching, epic gamer soul collection shenanarama, and nearly die several times. Nonetheless, clingers we cling, ass we eat, and souls we collect. As seen here, we actually had enough to feed a family of 20, so that risk of dying that lasted for upwards of an hour was nearly useless. Perfect! We fashioned the souls we collected into Keys of Night, which supersonic blasts us to the next segment of WaffleTime 101. How to bully big-ass mimics like the dumb nerds they are. Step 1, run in a straight line. Step 2, repeat. Step 3, insult either their mother, grandmother, or even their father if that's your thing. Step 4, repeat steps 1 to 3 as needed. It is that easy. These absolute fucking imbeciles stand no chance against us, and it almost brings a tear to a real pro gamer's eyes. Instead of expressing our emotions healthily, however, we instead insist on thugging that shit out. Not only stowing our emotions away for them to resurface at an unexpected time later, but also killing more mimics to get their delicious loot. We managed to get ourselves a bag of that stank. We get a silly ass worm hook, as well as a set of chain guillotines. Derpixon is very lucky I'm not the one who found that mimic. Aren't these chain guillotines fucking sick? Into the dusty ass weapons chest they go, likely to never be seen again. We try our luck yet again with corrupt mimic tongue twisting, and on our first attempt get ourselves a powerful dart rifle. Very nice, Bateman. We get yet another bag of that sewer stew stankage, and yet another silly ass worm hook, which we can't be mad about one bit. In Medium Core, as elaborated on in our last video, the full pre-hard mode experience, it is indispensable to our survival that we hoard every single accessory and piece of gear we get our gangly skeletal creature hands on, as we don't have any true way of gauging when we're gonna get wholly, certainly, and entirely rawed by Medium Core. Another tidbit to get a 70% chub over is the fact that we now have decent enough potions to survive another 8 seconds in any battle, which is big time in this disease-ridden seed. Slowly but surely we prepare ourselves for Akram, or the mechs, whichever one comes knocking on our front doors ready to replace us entirely and have our kids call him dad and us WaffleTime right in front of us. Little do the mechs and or Akram, also known as O-Cream, know, is that those are my kids to abandon then come back into their lives when they're successful, my kids' college tuition savings that I'll be taking to the casino to win big, my kids to treat extraordinarily harshly all while they're growing up and then pretend like it never happened later. The mechs or Akram could never even dream of being as good of a father as we will be. With this new form of motivation coursing through our veins, we peruse our Heaven Evader corridors to hunt for mimics, so as to get the Star Cloak, Cross Necklace, as well as the Philosopher's Stone to truly drip our accessories the motherfuck out. We find nothing. We find nothing. We walk for 25 minutes and don't even find a single pile of shit to step on, considering the fact that the standard mimics are in crippling fear over what we did to their far more thick with 3 C's counterparts. It's understandable that they're in hiding, so we drink a battle potion and scour hell instead, where they begin to show their vile faces, tongues all out, breath all stank, tongue still working perfectly well. From what I hear, we get ourselves a Philosopher's Stone, a stupid dumb dual hook, a mimic lodging itself in my urethra and bursting out like a fucking xenomorph. Absolutely nothing for upwards of 45 minutes, which I could have spent staring at myself in the mirror wondering what I've become as a result of this playthrough. And a cross necklace when we get a very, very enticing message. Horrible night to have a curse. What? I mean, a curse would explain why I'm being tortured currently, but what does that mean? I feel fear. What could this possibly mean? There's no Blood Moon enemies spawning or even Solar Eclipse mobs spawning pre-mech. Does this mean Akram is cursing us? Is the game telling us we curse too much? Clearly, whatever it is not good. We quickly make our way to the arena we created in preparation for the mechanical bosses in the last episode. We wait, cold, sweating. The night far too still, completely and entirely perplexed as to what could happen next. We're left alone with our thoughts, simply waiting for the deafening silence to end. Then, it happens. Mechdusa? What the hell is a Mechdusa? Oh my god! Holy shit! Oh no! Oh no! What the fuck is that thing? Oh, holy sweet mother of hell, it's all of them! God damn it! What was that? What was that? Did my eyes deceive me? Did it have probe-shaped milk cannons? Did that thing have jugs? Did Mechdusa have some bouncing bongos? Did the Mechdusa have shoulder boulders? Today's a learning day. I never knew I could be so terrified, yet so aroused at the same time. Mechdusa, equipped with a destroyer as a serpent-like body, Skeletron Prime as a head with all arms active, the twins coming out of the eye sockets of Skeletron Prime, as well as Pinky and Perky aiding them in battle. Together, it all forms Mechdusa. Never in my life have I been disgusted and testosterone spike intrigued by a specimen at the same time, but today was the day. We didn't last a minute in the ring with that gargantuan, cantaloupe-wielding abomination. One thing we did notice during that short encounter was that each boss appeared to have their own health bar, and each boss appeared to be fully linked together, leading me to believe we were to take on one boss at a time. As we sat in silence, shock, and awe about what we just encountered, realizing there was no way around this melon-toting weapon of mass destruction who I'd show a weapon of ass destruction, we realized that this was now a single entity we were dealing with. It was no longer the mechanical bosses, it was the mechanical boss. It was Mechdusa. Entities must not be multiplied beyond necessity. What were we to do next? There's truly only one answer for that. With our knees that are now buckling when we walk on account of the weight of Mechdusa's 2 globes on our shoulders, we do the only thing we know how to: attempt to finish our turbo epic gamer grind. We need to prepare much, much further than we ever thought possible. There is no quick dodges around that atrocity. There's no easy way out. We must take Mechdusa head on, as there's simply no other way. We continue to hunt mimics and get ourselves yet another cross necklace, yet another philosopher's stone, yet another cross necklace, a fucking wand of sparking that does 51 damage and shoots as fast as a mini shark for some unknown reason. And at long last, the final mimic component we were looking for, a beautiful, elegant star cloak. We quickly take our newfound components up to the crib in order to craft up some of the most succulent drip of any playthrough, that of course being the star veil as well as the charm of myths. What do we do next, I hear you ask? Well, considering that we've not only not discovered half of the right side of our world, but also haven't encountered the hollow biome at all, we go right back to our roots. That's right, more absolutely mindless digging in a single direction. How exciting, how captivating, how enthralling, dare I say riveting gameplay. I know all of you must never get sick of this. That's our second dirtiest block. Good. Good. Now we have a backup now, I guess. That's good. Soon enough, we come across our hollow biome, which is decorated with more crystals than Bakersfield. We quickly set up a totally unique, one-of-a-kind housing unit for our party girl, Ew, and our wizard, hell yeah, brother. So we can delve into that sweet, sweet pylon action. We teleport home so they move in and begin heading back up when suddenly... Oh, great. Great! Mechdusa and walking dysentery to worry about. Great! As you may be able to tell, we aren't at all upset about this encounter, and quickly head to our local coward pyramid farm to wall ourselves off and wait the event out. We wait for the pirates to burn in the lava, occasionally spraying Hawaiian Breeze air freshener to drown out the smell of liquefied scurvy and gangrene above our heads, and wait the event out in hiding, like the buff, strong, absolutely not terrified men that we truly are. As soon as the event is over, we haul major ass back to our hollow biome epic crib setup and grab that pylon we've been stressing about this entire time. A hollowed mimic decides we have it too good. One step of progression is enough in its non-existent eyes, so it chases us all the way back to our jungle biome and defiles us. What a place to die in medium core, the underground jungle. Here we go. We start heading back, die. We start heading back, die, die, die. We grab some of our spare loot and start heading back, die. I can't grab more spare loot and head back. Get our first set of spare loot, die, die, die. I can't even fucking walk outside. I can't. I am so die. Grab more spare loot. Start heading back. Die. I don't have any more spare loot! Grab crumbs of spare loot. Collect some of our items. Collect even more of our items, and at long last, collect our original set of items that we dropped. That right there is a perfect, absolutely flawless encapsulation of what the medium core experience is like. If I even had a pathetic, measly inkling of marbles left, they are gone. Oh, don't you worry, it only gets about 800 times worse later. In order to decompress from the absolute goddamn nightmare we just experienced, we make a quick housing unit in the snow biome for the Goblin Tinkerer and the Mechanic to have a one-sided open relationship in. We make sure the walls are thin enough for the Goblin Tinkerer to hear every thump and creak that happens next door, simply as a remedy to us for how much cash he's stolen from us over the years. We snatch that pylon as soon as they move in and proceed onwards with Operation Gamer Grind. We keep digging right until we see sparkling puddles and a mystical glittering background, indicating to us that we found the Aether biome. This is going to be extraordinarily helpful in our travels. We throw a life crystal in and get ourselves a vital crystal, ingesting it immediately to give us even the slightest bit of added regeneration. To make life easier for us in the future, we move in our dye trader and hairstylist, and throw down the beach pylon for easy access to future buffs we'll certainly need to even get a measly whiff of game progression. We begin grinding out hollow mobs. We begin walking face first across barrels of explosives and becoming a modern art painting on the cavern walls behind us. Who fucking left these down here anyways? Who? We collect our things, and with our next goal being to get the manliest set of wings in existence, we go on a pixie stomping journey, absolutely icing any single one of them that's unfortunate enough to cross our screen. Stomping the dust out of these little shits is just the therapy we needed after everything we've encountered so far. We continue plucking the wings off of pixies, then leaving them to walk around for the rest of their lives, when we realize we have an outstanding amount of accessories that could be transmuted into their counterparts to go the extra mile and make ourselves an Ankh shield, a little bit of defense, and a lot of of immunities to debuffs certainly could not hurt one bit, am I right? Am I right? You're goddamn right I'm right. We combine an outlandish amount of our anti-debuff accessories thanks to the raw power of transmutation. Then actually, legitimately, 100% real, not clickbait, actually make ourselves an Onk Shield. This is one of the very few times I've ever went so far as to create one of these bad boys, but if there's one time we've actually needed it, it's now. Because I cannot begin to describe to you the amount of dread and anguish I experienced by simply even standing idle in this atrocious, item-dropping hell of a land. While we chop some trees that sometimes drop ignited bombs for no reason other than to make me pull out my eyelashes one at a time. Here's some food for thought. That arena up top that we spent hours upon hours building in preparation for the mechanical bosses, you remember, right? Yeah? That shit sucks. We float because we're in space. I thought it was gargantuan, but turns out the Dryad was just lying to make us feel better about ourselves simply out of pity. So we have no maneuverability, we're fucked, we're boned, we're getting the rubber glove doctor's office checkup there, and there's quite literally zero possibility of us even having a shred of a chance against Badonka Boonga Mechdusa up there. Which brings me to our next project. Project End All Tyrannical Abhorrent Self-Operating Systems, or Project Eat Ass for short. We need to make an arena suitable enough to actually avoid an attack or two from this disgusting but maybe perhaps slightly alluring mechanical abomination. We don't need no above ground walled off arena. We can fight right here down in hell. Why? Because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I drink my Terraria coffee anywhere I want. I don't have to build an above ground walled off arena like pre-hard mode WaffleTime. Ho 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 ho. We bomb the ever-loving shit out of hell, making an extremely wide set arena so we have a ridiculous amount of running room before we have to figure out a way to get around the fabled Mechdusa. We smooth that bottom, wink wink, in a painstakingly time-consuming fashion, serving as yet another hour plus of my life condensed into a mere 15 or so seconds on screen. We end up deciding, you know what, that's not enough room to get around those absolute honkers Mechdusa's wielding, and Destructo Disc downwards even further, capping off the bottom of our proud Arena de Mami Mechanica, so that our screen doesn't move constantly when attempting to avoid the treachery she hand delivers to our doorsteps. We add a row of platforms in the middle and voila! Another arena that took an unholy, egregious time to create, in order to have an extra weapon in our back pocket for this battle and hopefully a means to physically wear the destroyer in a place where the sun does not frequently shine. We grab our souls of light and take on hollowed mimics, not only to throw Mentos in their mouth at full speed to see what happens, but also in hopes of obtaining a Daedalus Stormbow. Using our formerly mentioned method, we managed to get ourselves an Illuminant Hook, then our angelic, beautiful Daedalus Stormbow on only our second attempt, which we quickly reforged to Unreal. Isn't the Daedalus Stormbow amazing? You could make someone a human porcupine with one of these things, get it? It's because porcupines have quills, right? And like the arrows would look like the quills, because when they come down from above, we quickly get our unicorn statues we collected, as well as all of the components we could ever ask for to make an illegal unicorn horn harvesting area. These bad boys will sell great in gas stations once they're ground up and thrown in a pill that looks impossible to ingest. Total organ failure? High probability. Uncomfortably intense erection that lasts for 16 hours straight? It's a goddamn WaffleTime guarantee. Besides gas station boner pills, we're also harvesting these bad boys for holy arrows, which will hopefully give Mechdusa a solid reason to spare our feeble bodies after grinding out unicorn horns for some reasons that are more profitable and perhaps maybe less ethical than others. We attempt to expand our arena even more by blowing up the top part of hell. That way we have even a sliver of a chance to get around Mechdusa. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Thank Blood Moon! Yes! I can't get enough of these. Just keep them coming. I love it. Instead of getting angry, as you may have mistakenly heard, we calmly thought of how this could benefit us. We still don't have wings, so we might as well attempt to grind out wyverns while the spawn rates are high. You see what happens when you think rationally, and not just with one of 3 emotions you're humanly capable of? That's right, space dragons that are happy about disemboweling you for some reason come from the heavens to swim up your anus. This is when something amazing happens. You see, because our thinking process may have been clouded by the smallest minute speck of rage about blood moons happening every 3 minutes in this world, we forgot to set our spawn. Do you know what that means? That's right. We are completely nude in buttfuck central. Considering the vast majority of any mob can already 2-hit us while we're wearing armor, I'm sure you could imagine how this went. We die. Wait out the blood moon and ash blocks that fall and give us severe cerebral contusions. Realize that the mobs aren't going away because they could smell our gamer musk from inside the ash, and attempt to dig ourselves out at 1 mile per hour with the threat of several eyeballs fireballs, an angry nimbus, and ash blocks that do a fucking unreasonable amount of damage, all touching us simultaneously. Suddenly, an opportunity to make a break for it arrives. Go, 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 go. I wasn't even scared. That little wimpy nimbus was probably twice as afraid as we were, which is cool to think about. We collect our belongings, and still in a blind testosterone-filled rage, proceed onward with our wyvern extermination plan, as there is literally zero chance that we even put a dent in Mechdusa McMellons without a set of wings. A wyvern spawns, we panic, teleport to our arena, and have to dodge every single mob that exists in the game while showering stars from the heavens onto the wyvern's dumb, smug goddamn face. Lo and behold, we actually managed to kill it, but can't seem to find where exactly it died. We decide to search, and a rogue world feeder decides it has other plans for us. Worms, 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 god damn it! Realizing that the wyvern may have been smug because he was holding back a laugh on account of him potentially despawning as we were about to slaughter him, we come back with a better plan. You guys remember that gargantuan arena we built for no reason at all? Perhaps it may be of use. We exit out of the top right of our arena and lay out a couple rows of platforms, eventually scaling up high enough for wyverns to start spawning. Immediately we begin getting our asses physically handed to us. Little does the wyvern know we're in the cheek-eating club, and in a fit of disgust the wyvern crumbles spontaneously. 19 souls. Isn't that funny? Isn't that silly? Isn't it funny and silly how we need 20 goddamn souls to make wings? Isn't it just— We lure another wyvern into our trap, and with the help of our Gatligator and insanely positive mindset, we fold this wyvern into a pretzel as well. With enough souls to make wings, we quickly make our way to the hollow biome to drive yet another species dangerously close to extinction. In order to make the most manly set of wings in Terraria history, we need to embark on yet another epic pixie stomping session, clipping the wings of any who dare fly our way. We make great headway, collecting a downright diabolical amount of pixie dust. All without dying or getting mad a single time. In between sessions of pure pixie wing clipping fun, we collect crystal shards while we're here in order to fashion crystal bullets when we get back home. Soon enough, after leaving just one pixie in existence alive so it dies alone, and collecting as many crystals as possible, we head back home and in a sweet, sweet release, make ourselves a shiny set of the manliest set of wings. Fairy wings, further muckers. After quickly reforging our new wings, we have no time to spare. We make one of each of the mechanical boss summons and combine them all into Akram's razor, ignoring the absolute dread and slight arousal in our hearts. We make a few of them just for safe measure, then in a desperate attempt to further procrastinate the inevitable, we take on another mimic for potions. That's when it happens. Again, panic fills our hearts. Is there anything we could have done better to prepare? We've grinded out wings, mimic loot of all shapes and sizes, got our accessories dialed in, got kick-ass weapons, made an arena that took an immeasurable amount of time from my life that I will never get back. We have the potions, we have the gas station unicorn horn pills we'll ingest before this battle. Is this it? Is this all we can do? Mechdusa appears before we can contemplate our lives any further, and she comes with a vengeance for all the times I've ever put out tutorials completely cheesing and making a fool out of her components. We start running. We immediately land on a mimic that takes out well over 75% of our goddamn health. What are the odds? What are the fucking odds of that happening? God damn it! We dodge to the best of our ability, attempting to dodge the flurry of lasers, fireballs, probes, giant jugs staring right at us, and bombs that fly our way. It doesn't take long to realize that we are ultimately backed into a corner. We have no means of dodging better. We have no means of getting around this metallic heifer any better. In other words, we are fucked. What am I to do? What are we gonna do about this? That was everything. That was everything I had in that battle. And that lasted 20 seconds. We didn't even touch its health. There is nothing we could— We happily head back to the lab and think things over. This feeling is familiar. It's a feeling I got when facing the Eater of Worlds and ultimately the Wall of Flesh. What did we do in those moments? Did we cry, piss our pants and scream until our face turned red? Shit our pants even? No. Maybe. Did we simply get good, as per suggestion of the most intelligent comments I've ever seen on YouTube? As the late and great Heisenberg once said, you're goddamn right. We need to do more damage. I don't know if you noticed, but the full force of Comer fucking Taj against that metallic atrocity didn't even scrape its health. A quick accessory we can farm for is the magic quiver, which would boost the damage of our Daedalus Stormbow greatly. So we take to the caverns and go to Bone Town on any skeleton archers we can find skulking about. It took 30 minutes. Oh yeah? Well, it took me 31 minutes to get a magic quiver, so you shouldn't even be complaining. You have no idea. Shut Your ass. We had to thug shit out for 30 whole minutes in this abomination of a seed for one measly accessory. Yeah, you ladies think you have it so bad, huh? Not only do us dudes have to worry about drop chances of magic quivers in Terraria, but you don't even want to get me started on how bad sperm cramps can get for us. Anyways, sperm cramps aside, we head back home, combine our newly found magic quiver with the stank-ass scent, all in order to get a stalker's quiver. Now we not only have the damage boost of the magic quiver, but we also have a stank so strong that the mobs in our world think we use Twitter for a living and avoid us much more frequently. We feel as if now that we're doing more damage, perhaps we could try Mechdusa again and see how much of a staggering difference this accessory makes for us. We head to our new, literal hellscape of an arena and summon her up yet again. The battle goes slightly better this time to my surprise. Our strategy in this battle was to attempt to maintain our distance from the head and tremendous Geneva Convention violating eyeballs with the speed of our unicorn mount, but also to figure 8 her lanky serpent ass cheeks when we reach the end of our arena to be able to fly over her and repeat the process until victory is reached. This strategy works far better than any of our former strategies, as we actually manage to live more than 10 seconds, and we take out a healthy amount of her health before I inevitably get my dick tied into a balloon animal. There's nothing I can do. It's over. Playthrough over. Future gone. Balls microwaved and popped, man. However, on this death, we did notice something quite interesting. Skeletron Prime's head was nowhere near death, but when the great balloon animal incident of 2023 occurred, the mechanical bosses were separated. This is the first time we see that despawning could be a crippling issue for us. But certainly that won't happen again in the future, right guys? Right? In lieu of, and I quote, "getting good, you loser," we drag our sorry asses over to the hollow biome, hollow out a large arena and begin flooding it for day 69 of completely flooding a large world in Terraria. Just kidding, we aren't that cool, funny, or good looking. Instead, we embark on yet another epic gamer fish blasting session, all in a desperate attempt to fish up a few prismite for life force potions. We need every buff we could get our Call of Duty themed Dorito chip dust covered hands on, and a life force potion or 27 would work wonders. We fish up all kinds of shit. We get crates, we get prismite, we even get a prismite. Wife said I either have to give up fishing or give her up. I'm gonna miss her. Viagra is my coffee. Yeah, sure, I'd go to college if he taught history, if this was my PE teacher, and if this thing was the principal. Upon unboxing our crates after that successful epic gamer fish blasting session, we actually managed to get our hands on an enchanted sundial, which was most definitely unexpected but certainly invited. We charged down to the arena yet again, dicks swinging like a grandfather clock, and summoned Mechdusa up. You know what they say, third time's a charm. Well, you know what? They are fucking lying for fun, because not only did we get our salads tossed harder than ever. What am I supposed to do? God damn it! But we don't even get a drop further than the previous fight. At this point, I truly do not know how much longer a real one can keep thugging it out. In great shame and not entirely flaccid because of Mechdusa, we collect our items and plan out our next devious, downright diabolical set of actions. Before we can take action, however, ladies and gentlemen, I proudly and entirely tranquilly present to you all the most rage-inducing, hair-yanking, screaming, by far most angering 2 hours. I am not joking when I say this. 2 hours of my entire life. I'll give you all 2 words to quickly summarize exactly what happened. 2 words that will haunt me for the rest of the time I'm here on this cold, unforgiving planet. Stun locked. You see, we needed a means of dodging. There's no way in hell I'm good enough at this game to simply move perfectly enough to dodge all of the bullshit that's on my screen at once when Mechdusa is present. So with that being said, we went to the Hollow to obtain a tool that would help us become more dodgy than Unity's excuses about their horrendous decisions that impact game creators. This tool being the Rod of Discord. This is when it all began. One fatal death that started it all. We're minding our own business, on the straight up grind in the Hollow, slapping chaos elementals on their bald heads as hard as we can, when Mr. Not Invited to the Party shows up despite his lack of invitation to everyone's demise. His gift? 288 damage straight to my forehead, as well as 2 literal hours of me being the most angry I have ever been in my entire life. We attempt to go get our things, get gastropoded on. Okay, man, okay, that's... oh my god. Attempt to collect our things, get our shit rocked by the same goddamn sword that started this mess. Attempt to collect our things, begin collecting them, then become a victim of revenge by Chaos Elemental for all of the bald-headed jokes I make. A break! I can't! This is when it begins. Little did we know, while we were busy dying for the 37th time in a row, hard mode goblins decided to pay us a visit. We rush up to grab our belongings and die for the first time, all with our loot being in the caverns above, so we have no means of defending ourselves. If we sign out, our items disappear. We are stuck fighting tooth and goddamn nail until the event is over with. And unfortunately for us, it appears as if we're stun locked. Holy shit, no, oh no, no, no. Our loot! What are we gonna do? We have nothing. What in God's name are we supposed to— Oh dear God, we are so unbelievably, tantalizingly I can't even get out of my house! God damn it! I can't do this. I can't! Fuck! 5%. 5%. Oh, don't worry. It's okay, we died. We're at 5 fuck— Is this it for us? Holy shit! Oh, what is this game? I am looking at a respawn counter for longer than I'm fucking playing at this point. God damn it! Little did I know, I was only experiencing the very, very beginning of actual hell. Simply leaving courtesy mushroom stamps on the cheeks of hell, so to speak. It's only got worse, and worse, and worse. And guess what? Even worse. It got to the point of where I would sprint to luckily, and I mean luckily, pick up my only means of defense from the floor, kill a goblin if I am very lucky, then die yet again. What is happening? Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Get genocided! We've got to get our act together. I'm losing my voice. It feels like my head and chest is on fire. I'm gonna lose my mind. We have to take out as many of these green anuses as we can. God, it feels good to harm them. I'm so scared my stuff despawned. We've got to keep shooting straight and we'll be okay. Things are gonna be alright. Fuck! Why did I do that? Don't start. Don't start with me. God damn it. Spawn then die. Spawn then die. Spawn then Yes. Yes. God damn it. We're not even— We're almost halfway there. Oh my damn, man. Yes, we are in the tunnel of doom. We might be able to get out on top and ride the invasion out. No, no, no. Please, no. Please. Fuck! I am going to freak out. I can't do this. I can't. Let's give this another try and see how it goes. Great! Sweet mother of God. I don't know how much longer I can take this. I'm not coming out of this the same man as I was before. I will no longer feel anything ever. This is it. Shadow flame apparitions can suck me dry. Fuck! No! Above 80%, baby. Above 80. Let's go. God. If I ever get my goddamn hands on a goblin, I'm going to choke it until it's purple. Holy fuck. I can't even move. I don't think I have ever been more angry in my entire life. Yes! Thank you! Oh my dear God, holy shit! We still need to get our items. Despite the goblins fleeing the scene because of our immeasurable strength, prowess, and the fact we did not die once during that invasion, the battle was far from over. We still need to get our main gear and weapons that we dropped in the hollow, if— and that's a big, fat, oiled up, bouncing if— it all miraculously didn't despawn. We slam a ton of potions for good measure and begin the journey over to the hollow biome where it all began, where our soul and will to live was entirely lost. We use our snow pylon to get our asses over to the hollow, being tormented by all of the hollow mobs when the inevitable happens. We die again, and drop our stuff again. We try to run back over. We try to run back over and we try to run back over and we try to— A blood moon! Perfect, man! Just— Due to the blood moon, we can't make it afoot through the mines without being swarmed entirely, warranting a slight, maybe just a dash or sprinkle of blind rage so strong that it could set my apartment on fire and make me explode. So we sit and wait the entirety of the blood moon out, completely forgetting about a component we obtained that would be slightly handy specifically in a crippling time like this, then continue trying to push our way back to our items. Oh goody, our backup items. Good for us. 3 cheers for WaffleTime. I am legitimately losing my mind. We continue scaling our way up, avoiding mobs that can piece us up in the most painful way imaginable as we go along. When we finally make it. It was still here, cold, lonely, shivering, waiting for its master to return to it with a loving embrace and a dry-lipped ass kiss from screaming so much during that goblin invasion. In a desperate attempt to not die yet again before we collect our loot entirely, we pick up what we can and teleport home. We slowly re-equip our belongings before heading back over and collecting even more of our loot and getting the hell out of there before all goes awry. One more trip should certainly do the trick, so we rinse and repeat the same process as before, equipping the good stuff we were able to grab and charging back into Bakersfield Paradise. We at long last collect our loot and teleport home quickly before a mimic that's as tall as us puts its whole tongue in our ear and speaks in tongue to our brains. It is over. It is finally over. And do you want to know the best part? We haven't beaten a single hard mode boss. I am never playing this game again. That was a lie. We head back up into the hollow and begin setting up Holy shit! We head back into the hollow and begin setting up a small area where we can farm for the Rod of Discord. Remember that? Remember the Rod of Discord we were going for? To beat Mechdusa? Remember Mechdusa? We still have to defeat her and her set of bouncing boulders if you catch my drift. We dig out a large area to the left and right of our mini home and begin wasting our lives away, enjoying every single bullet we fling at the Chaos Elementals, who took part in making that stun lock happen in the first place. We grind, and grind, and grind some more, collecting crystals along the way for bullets and for quick, easy cash, dying to mimics who appear out of thin air and make us want to lodge a toothpick under our toenail and kick a wall as hard as we can, collecting our things, and grinding some more. We grind our profusely sweating man cheeks off, running back and forth, to and fro, and work our way into our second total hour of Rod of Dicksword grinding until suddenly... Woo! Let's go! Before we get too excited, we teleport home so as to not die with this precious commodity in our gamer hands. Because if we do, there will be no telling what I'll be capable of. With a head full of steam, we collect all of our potions and charge back down to the arena, ready to take another crack at Mechdusa. We summon those cantaloupes up. Summon Mechdusa up and make immediate use of the Rod of Discord. Now, here's the best part. You guys are gonna have a laugh. That Rod of Discord we went through that whole entire debacle for, that piece of loot we died probably 200 times for, means absolutely goddamn nothing in the grand scheme of things. I still get pieced up. I get lit on fire. I get exploded. I get gripped, which I guess isn't the worst thing in the world. I get buzzsawed. I get probed. We end up inevitably dying, leaving us with an amount of rage greater than I feel when I see a grown-ass adult calling themselves hangry as an excuse to be unfavorable to literally everyone around them. Oh, you forget your cheese stick and juice box in your lunch pail today? Is someone hangry? Grow up. So goddamn sick of this shit. Every goddamn preparation I make is nothing. It is, as my past self was probably thinking at this point, what in the blue hell are we meant to do now? We have a good weapon. We have a Rod of Discord and Unicorn mount for maneuverability. We have a sicko mode arena. What are we meant to do in a trying, desperate, disease-ridden time like this? We begin taking small measures to advance what we already have, all in a sickly attempt to get good and ensure our quality of life for this boss battle is pushed to the max. We start this Operation Just Enough Life Quality, or Operation Jelk for short, by expanding the ever-loving shit out of our arena. We take an ample amount of time completely decimating Hell's natural landscape, not only because we don't like it, but also because it's fun. Similar to the car battery in the ocean equation. We keep bombing and... God damn it! Don't have a single mishap along the way. We expand quite literally until we get to the point of where hellbats are able to spawn, then wall it off. We keep smoothing out the arena, mindlessly pro-gamer grinding, alone with our thoughts, thinking about how mind-numbing and brain-rotting TikTok live streams are. NPC streaming? Ice cream so good? What the hell? Popping this balloon in 10 minutes, literally face revealing, taking off the mask and showing my face in 10 seconds, you guys. And it lasts for 6 hours at a time. I have never seen something that makes my brain feel like it's a pile of hot sewage water more than TikTok live streams. And do you want to know the worst part about it? There are actual people that donate to them a lot of money. Real money. Money you've worked a food service job for and dealt with a Karen slamming the counter because you don't automatically know her stupid order, as if she's the main character of the whole world. God, what happened to content? Anyways, all internet meltdowns aside, we finish up the arena and head topside to see if we could grind for a new weapon. A banana ring would be an excellent source of potassium for us, but would also be a great form of physical degradation for our enemies. I'll leave that one up to your imagination. Never mind, I'm going to lodge said banana ring so far up their asses that they can only speak in peel from that moment forth. That's if we get a banana ring. With this being said, we grind the entire blood moon away without getting a goddamn thing. And in a very embarrassing fit of red-faced public rage, we do some quick reforging, grab our potions, and summon Mechdusa for the 47th time. For some odd reason, expecting something different. My thought process was that hopefully with an expanded arena, we would have extended our survivability as such. I was wrong. Granted, we do much better than we did before, chipping away your tremendous amount of health, while having ample room to dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. The extended arena certainly did provide more time to live, but unfortunately not enough, as eventually we get rubbed out by a bomb. That's right, we get rubbed out by a bomb. Sometimes the jokes simply write themselves. God damn it, man! I don't know what rubbed out. We got rubbed out by a bomb. The bomb got us, guys. The bomb made us rub one out of Mechdusa. The most horrific way of death, certainly, just atrocious. Rubbed one out by a... We take to unethical methods in order to scratch our itch being to get this metal fucking atrocity out of our face and off of our phallus. So we move the nurse in at the left side edge of our arena, hoping we're able to get a classic nurse cheese in. What's the worst that could happen? We summon her up and, oh, the worst thing that could happen using this method happened. Classic WaffleTime blunder. We get our salads tossed harder than ever before after 3 back and forths against this metallic man soul snatcher. As you may be able to tell, we're beginning to grow slightly weary of the trial by error attribute of this seed, as it never, ever ends. We clearly have done something terribly wrong in a past life to be stuck in a sick, twisted purgatory. Sisyphus himself would shiver when seeing the size of the boulders we have to push up this Terrarian mountain. This seed makes me want to slowly rip my desk in half like a piece of paper. We're angrily rifling through our chests, rummaging through our empty lotion bottles, Plantera body pillows, and Doom Eternal OST mixtapes, when we realize we have another weapon we can try. The dart rifle. We stowed this bad boy away long ago without realizing its true potential. You see, with our Daedalus Stormbow, the stars it rains down are too slow to actually hit the majority of Mechdusa, so we're simply counting on arrow damage most of the time. And our Gatligator does this funny prank on us where it dresses up like a Gatligator and does absolutely fucking nothing for us. The dart rifle, however, now that is a different story. It can be a variety of different weapons for us. Each dart has its own effect. For example, cursed darts shower cursed gonorrhea-ridden flames beneath its arc. Ichor darts split into several urine-covered darts to sufficiently Jarrati our enemies in the mouth with. Crystal darts enter our bosses and shake so violently that our bosses go into shock. We have many options to work with, so we quickly take our dart rifle to the Goblin Stinkerer and force him at gunpoint to give us a good reforge. Sometimes violence is the answer, especially when you're dealing with the Goblin Tinkerer. It's therapeutic for us, I think. We test out our quote-unquote new weapon against jungle mobs and see that it does in fact sex the mobs up extensively. The ricocheting from the crystal darts can potentially serve as the godsend we oh so desperately needed against the mechanical boss's clung together parts. In order to prep further, we go so far as to hook up a single heart statue to a quarter-second timer. That way we get anywhere between 1 and 2 health boosts in this battle. Every minuscule upgrade, every tiny workaround we wind up doing has the potential to be the tweak that gives us the edge. If there is one thing this seed has proven, it's that large changes aren't as good as small ones. Small changes are better. Well, they're more like average changes, so average changes are better than the large ones. Because we summon up Mechdusa for the 400th time and begin blasting her chesticles right off the bone with our new weapon. We make literally one swing, and upon running further to the right, we notice only the destroyer is chasing us. Where is the rest of it? Where is the boss? However, this is no matter, as there's still a mechanical worm that needs to get got immediately, as we may be able to get some hollowed components if we're fortunate enough for them to drop their bags individually rather than one single Mechdusa boss bag. We see that the crystal dart 2-piece combo paired with our unreal dart rifle is doing an absolutely obscene amount of damage, much further than what we were doing before. That is until the destroyer decides he can now commit to right angles and takes a hard left at us, barely grazing us with one of his probes and absolutely decimating us in one hit. No matter how bad the defeat, however, However, we learned something valuable. We learned that the dart rifle is the likely answer to our conundrum at hand, and if we're lucky, we may be able to despawn a boss or two and take these bad boys on solo. So disappointed? A bit. Angry? Not at all. Oh my god! Fuck! I can't! It's one goddamn boss! What the fuck? Not mad at all, simply soaking in the knowledge we've collected through various trials and tribulations. We collect our things, grab our potions, and try again, only this time it goes differently. This time, we run back and forth, then I die before the nurse. Never in my life have I been more disgusted, physically curious, and simultaneously enraged by a boss. It's an odd mix of emotion that my therapist will become uncomfortably familiar with over the next 496 therapy sessions that I desperately need to go to, all because of this seed. We decide to take a slightly different approach before my 7 o'clock, however, and craft ourselves up a metric shit ton of cursed darts to give them a spin instead, or perhaps even in tandem with the crystal darts. We slam our potions, summon her up again! Sorry for my outburst, I've never felt more angered by a pixel game. We try out our cursed darts and holy shit, WaffleTime, you're a genius. Thank you, WaffleTime. Did I mention you look rather dashing today, WaffleTime? Excellent haircut. Thank you again, WaffleTime. We should hang out sometime. Sorry, WaffleTime, I'll be busy. Oh, okay then, WaffleTime. Yeah. Amidst our schizo-maxing fit, we see the cursed darts are doing a ridiculous amount of damage against the mechanical bosses. The destroyer especially, as his big, fat, worm body glides through the flames that linger and get completely torn up by them. Our Skeletron Prime unfortunately despawns in the middle of our battle, leaving us with 2 eyes and a tremendous flying phallus-shaped object. Everything someone could ask for in order to have a good time. We keep shooting as much as possible while making our unicorn do treacherous amounts of unpaid labor, letting us reach supersonic speeds for no price at all. We take the long approach, dashing back and forth as fast as possible, attempting to not even give the bosses a chance to catch up with us. Eventually, we see the destroyer's health getting cripplingly low, and our hope begins to rise for the first time in years. A new feeling, so new that it's uncomfortable and we don't know how to deal with it, so we suppress it and feel nothing instead, i.e. thug that shit out to the max. Suddenly, to my absolute shock, we see some beautiful purple text show up in the bottom left of our screens, indicating to us that we've managed to take out the destroyer entirely. Yes! Yes! I don't know what I'm feeling. Was it relief? Was it gamer angst? The world may never know, as I refuse to elaborate any further. Nonetheless, we still have the twins to worry about, so we go at Mach speed to avoid their attacks, as they both decided to enrage at the same time. Anything and everything to make our lives a little bit more difficult. Perhaps it's programmed in their AI to make us feel every negative emotion at once, but that doesn't stop us. We continue withering their health away and all is going according to plan. We have this one in the bag. This is when something would happen that would quite literally send us backwards on the evolutionary chart. What? They just left? Oh yeah, I'm losing pretty bad. I might as well just fucking leave. God damn! It unfortunately appears as if the twins took the pacifist route, conveniently just before dying. So we were left high and dry, blue-balled, like the world had never seen before. We pick our likely indigo by now balls off the ground and reattach them with duct tape and Elmer's glue, then open up our destroyer bag. As expected, we get our traditional Souls of Might, hollowed bars, a wheel piece, as well as a shiny new trophy to add to the collection the Dryad might compliment us on when walking by simply out of pity. I'll take it! Noticing our steampunker moved in, we get quite the devious idea. Now that she's available as one mechanical boss has technically been defeated, we grab ourselves a Blend-O-Matic, show the steampunker precisely what is in our Jiminy Fluffer in hopes of a discount. Do not, in fact, get a discount. Then go down to make a staggering amount of asphalt for the bottom of our arena. The extra speed will likely go a very long way, so we completely blanket the bottom of our arena in it. After this trivial task has been completed, we again grab our potions and summon that beast up once more. We stick to the same strategy, the ultimate back and forth in 8 or 9,000, raining our disease-ridden cursed flames all over Mechdusa's big-ass her big-ass head. All is going perfectly good and well until, and there is always an until, the twins decide to despawn yet again. If there is any room for something to go wrong, it happens. This curse may have been a gift in disguise, however, as we now only have the Destroyer and Skeletron Prime to worry about. We keep up with our strategy, run back and forth, rain down flames, run some more, rain more flames, run flames, run flames, flames run, until the Destroyer has again been defeated. We get Amazon Prime down to to about half health, then take out all of his arms to show him that we do not like him in the slightest, and really want him to feel every pin and needle we poke into his pathetic metal skin, then switch to our crystal bullets for a more direct attack. Life has become much more relaxing without all 4 of his appendages not trying to laser me, or even worse, trying to grip me every second of the day. In a once-in-a-lifetime moment, we respectfully decline head from Prime this time around, as it would certainly result in a quick death. I know, but the cost-benefit ratio on this one is, well, we decide against it, blue-balled to smithereens yet again, but eventually having a single one of our nards cured after Prime meets its demise. We collect the bag and notice something a little special is dropped for us. Yo! Oh, no way! If I wasn't thugging it out, I would be crying grown man tears right now. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, our very own Terraria weapon. Just look at this thing. It is WaffleTime, isn't it? Holy hell. It shoots waffles. This is not a goddamn drill. It shoots waffles. God, I love it so fucking much. This might just be the only weapon that has a chance against the Zenith. I think it is a very potential candidate to overtake the Zenith. I mean, look at the raw power. That's right. We got our hands on my very own weapon, Waffles Iron. WaffleTime, Waffles Iron, Waffles, WaffleTimes. Feels good. Feels sensual. It feels grand, in fact. Knowing we have the greatest game developers in all of history, let's keep it a total buck. We'll keep this toolie in our back pocket and build a monument for it later. A monument suiting for its glory. A monument that shows the amount of big caucus energy this weapon exerts. Yes, if you wield this weapon, you pack another 7 inches on top of whatever you're working with. So congratulations on the extra inches, fellas. And ladies, congratulations on the new penis. Use it wisely. With our newfound ability and prowess, we're rudely snapped away from beautiful Waffles Iron land into the cold, crushing reality that's being in this world. We technically still have one mechanical boss to beat out of the trio before we can actually move on for the first time this entire playthrough. It has become shockingly apparent that losing HP might be part of the problem as to why we're dying so much. So we slam a spelunker, then search for more heart statues to rig up to our timer, and search, and search, and search, and search. Find absolutely fuck all on the left, so we swing to the right and search, and search, and search. Well, it seems to me as if this world does not want us to progress. That's new and fresh to the WaffleTime channel. God. We find nothing. Zero, zip, zill, nada, nothing. For an extraordinarily rare WaffleTime occurrence, we do something that isn't stressful and makes us happy instead of making us want to hold our breath until we pass out repeatedly. We build a waffle meat shrine. That's right. Remember the waffle meat fort from all those years ago? We build this shrine out of crimstone, wet and squelching to the touch as it's made of flesh and meat. We've evolved. We've grown. And it shows in the way that we craft up this masterful display for our legendary Waffles Iron. Waffle meat fort? I barely know her. Waffle meat shrine, however, now that's something I can get behind. We adorn it with several lights to truly show off the raw Waffles Iron glory. Now that is good shit. That makes us feel good. Just look at that architectural masterpiece. It almost brings a tear or 26 to a real gamer's eyes, doesn't it? No time for tears of joy, however, only time for tears of anguish. The twins still need to fall, so we grab our potions again and summon up Mechdusa. Everything goes great. Our strategy still holds strong. They despawned again! God damn it! Life is not fair. We finish out the battle just as we did last time. No twins, take out the destroyer with the flames, then finish off Prime with the same brutal treatment. We get another bag from each boss, which is nice, but we get another Waffles Iron, which is, and I must emphasize, steamy and creamy beyond measure. We quickly make a set of hollowed armor with our outrageous amount of hollowed bars, thinking it'd benefit us greatly since, you know, it came from the dick noses we just killed, but about halfway into this battle we die and get the sensation that every muscle in our body is cramping at once, and no matter which way I stretch to alleviate one cramp, 3 other ones get monumentally worse. We try again, this time using the Daedalus Stormbow to see if it damages the twins more than anything, and get our ass cheeks tied into a knot so we can no longer take a dump properly. I'm going to do something harsh. We try one last time, all or nothing. Our best equipment versus Mechdusa's best bouncing bazookas. We are caught in a gray area. We want the twins dead. We don't care about the other mechs. We need to run away in order to dodge the flurry of attacks, but we need to stay close so the twins don't despawn. We dash back and forth, attempting to tie the destroyer into a pretzel while damaging the twins as much as possible. These rat bastards will not be leaving our screen unless we're about to die. And so long as we have the nurse around, we abuse her healing as needed. We make terrible use of of our Rod of Discord as we get paralyzed in testosterone in great fear that switching tools will result in us dying, so we only use it on rare occasion when we remember it's important for this battle. We are not good at this. If I had a nickel for every single time I died, I'd probably have enough to buy 50 McChickens and make whoever is working the register at McDonald's that day completely and utterly miserable beyond repair because of how many nickels I just dumped onto the counter. Soon enough, with copious amounts of close calls already, the first to go naturally was the destroyer. Goodbye and good riddance, you metal dick holder. Now, very carefully as if we're playing a game of Operation. We stay close enough for the twins to not despawn and keep attacking. Our health feels permanently low as shit, but we keep pushing and dodging to the best of our ability. And by the best of our ability, I mean bad. Really, really bad. Helen goddamn Keller would make my dodging capabilities look pathetic, and it's sad. With the destroyer out of the way, we have so much more room to dodge and run for our miserable lives. We keep using our asphalt, but run just slow enough to where Spasmatism's flame can't reach us. And with Retinator getting the money shot by us earlier without us even realizing it, and all of Skeletron Prime's various gripping mechanisms melted down and remade into a very specific, very particular type of plug, it's simply a race against time, and hoping Spasmatism doesn't disappear on us. Its health gets lower and lower until eventually Skeletron Prime falls, and after a short battle, to my absolute shock, the twins fall as well. Not only did we beat the twins, finishing the ultimate trio of mechanical bosses, but we managed to defeat Mechdusa entirely in one run. No despawning, no silly business, we did it. We won. God damn it, yes! I don't care about your jugs, I don't care about your jiggling planets, we did it! First try! Let's go! We keep our composure instead of celebrating, as you may be able to tell, as we would not like a third noise complaint from the neighboring houses. So much has been unlocked for us. We just about have a whole new world to conquer. The jungle is growing restless. There's new weapons, armor, bosses, and progression at our disposal. But where should we start? We need to get right to work. We have no time to waste. First things first, while this dart rifle has served us well, it's about time for the shell shock-ridden fella to retire and scare his family for his last 20 to 30 years. It's time for something bigger, something sexier. We grab our Knight's Edge as well as all of our souls and craft up the true Knight's Edge. But how do we really know if it's a true Knight's Edge? No one would dare hire an 80-year-old, but somehow it's okay for them to run Congress, make, and change laws. Wow, true. The term carbon footprint was brought to fruition and made popular by British Petroleum with the help of PR professionals Ogilvy and Mather, with the idea of pinning climate change on individuals and shaking the blame from oil companies, even going so far as to release a quote-unquote carbon footprint calculator so people would be lulled into thinking they're the ones responsible for atrocious living and decaying land, completely shifting public perception of the issue onto itself while money-hungry oil companies laugh to the bank. So true, actually. Ass over tits any day. Oh my god, true! Holy hell, this sword is the real deal, now we know it! Time to go to work. Considering we made ourselves a pickaxe axe, we also took the time to make an Excalibur. No, not to use right now, you lovable little shit. It's a surprise tool for later. We quickly jam on over to the shimmer and toss our emblem in, reforging ourselves entirely in the flames of the earth to come out a warrior rather than a ranger. It feels good, it feels mighty, it feels right. You know what doesn't feel right? Goblin Rothschild Tinkerer making sure I get every reforge except the one I want. I only wish I could reach through the screen and grab him by both of the ears and scream in his face as loud as I possibly can. Legendary. Up next on our list is something we haven't really experienced in a little while. It's a little something I like to humbly refer to as an epic gamer mowing session. But this time it's chlorophyte themed. We need chlorophyte for a variety of things, such as making our standard Excalibur into a true Excalibur. How true is it, you ask? Well, much like the True Knight's Edge, we should put it to the test and see what it has to say. Social media addiction is crippling to any and all generations who unhealthily partake in it in their daily lives. And due to the carefully proctored and advanced designs, releases of small dopamine boosts are unknowingly administered to the brain as a reward system. Even by something as simple as getting a like on a picture, the consumer, without knowing, is oftentimes as addicted to social media as a gambling addict is gambling, and as an alcoholic is drinking. Wow, true. Modern architecture is incredibly uninspired simply for the price of creating awe-inspiring architecture. In a world where originality is painfully scarce, who's to blame when the buildings are all the same shape, same color, made with temporary efficiency in mind and no passion behind building? Dilapidated concrete, cheap stucco, dull colors of paint. Perhaps money is not only the root of all evil, but is also partly the cause for the slow death of inspiration and originality. Tough take, True. True Knight's Edge really cooked ass over tits any day of the week. Holy shit, true! Okay, this thing is gonna be the real deal. We keep mining all the chlorophyte we can find, using and abusing the topside layer of the underground jungle, as well as both sides of our underground jungle. We make our true Excalibur. Then with a seemingly infinite amount of chlorophyte filling our pockets, hunt for life fruits all across our jungle, not finding much besides a few strays hanging around in our nether region. We pluck them out because manscaping is incredibly important in life, and decide to build a long platform out of mud in our jungle for jungle grass to spread, and some juicy life fruits to blossom. We're grinding the ever-loving hell out of our life fruit platform when suddenly, the horrors have... oh my god! Damn it, what now? What could possibly be more horrific than what we've already endured so far? The answer to our burning question was revealed when we come face to face with a Reaper, whose scythe looks like it would peel us like a potato at the finest 5-star Applebee's establishment you could find. This is in fact a solar eclipse. We go to our coward pyramid farm, and after realizing that no event enemies are spawning there, we get ballsy yet again and WWE Super Slam our way to the bottom deck to fight some of these beasts and creatures. As you can see, it's not that cool. Because we do, let me check here real quick. Ah, right. No fucking damage to these atrocities. Our full might against them is equivalent to that of a mere shrimp trying to battle a whale. We sit above our asphalt platform, raining down what probably feels like a refreshing breeze on the absolute putrid amalgamation of mobs that gathered down below. We get hit for what feels like the first time by a vampire, which does 359 damage. I have never felt more outraged in my entire life. We work all day long. The least we could expect is, I don't know, some sort of appreciation for the amount of armor we've worked for. Ungrateful household. Seeing my life flash before my eyes and knowing I don't have the mental capacity or fortitude to endure being stun-locked again without turning into an ASMR mukbang channel, we go back up to the coward pyramid farm, never willing to go out of our comfort zone ever again. It is here where we wait the event out, far, far away from those foul-mouthed, stank-ass creatures of the eclipse. Safe, sound, flourishing, in my lane. Hydrated, gambling, 24 beers in, driving, thriving. Ah, finally the event is over with. Time to get some rest. Thankfully nothing else is trying to harm our bodies. Oh, what's that? Yes! More invasions! Please, keep doing that! Yes! We, yet again, flee to our coward pyramid farm. Yet again let one rip in this unventilated room, and have to deal with the nostril-burning consequence of seeking stomach relief. All until the invasion is over. Yet again. Here's something new, a pirate ship stuck in our front yard. Everybody likes to act gangster until the spiders get in your urethra. Get 'em, boys! Remember when the black spot used to be good? Pepperidge Farm remembers. At this point, it occurs to me that I may be legitimately losing my marbles. Between Pepperidge Farm and bad cases of urethra spiders, it's hard to discern between what's real and what's not. So we do what we do best and take the next step necessary in achieving sensual, straight-up romantical game progression. Game progression, I hear you shout. How exciting, how daring and adventurous. I wonder what it entails. Without a shade of doubt, it must mean battling monstrous deities of the most demonic, omnipotent caliber. We need life fruits. Yeah. That's right, as if this seed hasn't provided us with enough digging to worry about in the first part of this experience. We are doomed to dig eternally. Pure Sisyphus style until we've learned to enjoy the struggle and hardships of life. Because without them, happiness would have no meaning. Except we don't ever learn to enjoy the struggle and hardships of life, we instead complain and gripe the entire time. And complain even further about not feeling happiness for, oh, I don't know, over 27 purgatory sentences now. We expand our platform incredulously, spanning across a large portion of our jungle. Then here comes the fun part. We sleep. That's it. We sleep and wait for our jungle grass to spread to hopefully get our hands on some life fruits. We, of course, are naturally interrupted by several blood moons, all of which we attempt to grind out clowns in to get a banana ring. They clearly have no idea how deep our coulrophilia lies, because if they had any idea how desperate we are for a crumb of clownussy, they would drop their loot and leave out of staggering disbelief. But instead, we get absolutely nothing. Over and over and over again. Bam! Distraction from what I said earlier. Clown women? Me? I love clown women? Man, you must have hit your head pretty hard. We just finished building this cool boss trophy room. Isn't it cool? Isn't it hip? It has feng shui or something. Well, anyways, now that we're done with totally not being obsessed with clown women, and instead building this cool boss trophy room, I guess it's time to grab this orange Zappinator just to have it and check on our life fruits. jungle mimics are the bane of my existence. Anyways, we collect our things with the help of the best weapon in the entire game, and collect a couple of life fruits, then head right back to bed. We rinse and repeat the same process, collecting as many life fruits as we can, until eventually, at long last, our health is maxed. With some leftover life fruits we have, we throw one into the shimmer and eat us a good old-fashioned Aegis fruit, thankfully boosting our defense, because God knows we need all of the defense we could possibly get in this eldritch deity pubic parasite dumpster fire we are currently residing in. In lieu of a constant desire to progress, or I'll feel like I'm gonna die in real life, we charge back to the jungle to commence Operation Annihilate Nervy Annoying Loggerheads, or Operation Anal for short. That's right, we need turtle shells to make some turtle armor with. Really, come out of our shells with this one. Get it? Shells like turtles. Turtle shell? Tortoise? Yeah? I'll be here all night. We actually managed to gather the shells quickly. Either they drop at a higher rate in this seed, or we simply got lucky for the first time in our lives. Of course though, we get the first two fairly easily, then have to grind our asses off for the last one, until we have a set of inverted cheeks. Bone ripping through the skin when we squat set of cheeks. It is brutal. So we teleport home to heal before we die, and realize we had a spare sitting in our chest this entire time. So 90% of that grinding was for nothing. Wonderful. At long last, we grab our shells, grab 2 fistfuls of chlorophyte, then proceed to smash them together as hard as we can repeatedly until it sticks, in turn making ourselves a delectable, delicious set of turtle armor. We begin to ponder. We have the armor, we have the tools necessary to challenge Plantera. What else do we need that's suitable to battle our favorite leafy MILF? That's right, an arena large enough to contain that tremendous leafy badonkadonk she wields. We immediately get to work. Our plans, much like Plantera's Rump Shaker 9000, are tremendous. We will not be making the same mistake as we did with Mechdusa, no sir. We don't have time in our gamer grind to partake in such atrocious mannerisms. We are going to make an arena so huge, so grand, so immaculate, that it compensates for every single one of our physical shortcomings. I have no idea what Plantera will be capable of. Every boss gets a little quirky at night, quirked up with a sauce, so to speak, and proceeds to act very differently in this seed, so we need to be prepared for the absolute worst. We'll not only be having a huge outline of our arena, but we're going to be filling the entire shit with walls, which goddamn will take an incredible amount of time, but it's going to be worth it, as no mobs will be able to show up mid-battle with their live-action TikTok behaviors. It's giving turtle armor. It's giving not good at the game. It's literally serving get good. Shut up. We chop trees, sleep the day away waiting for more bomb-wielding trees to grow, then chop more in order to— I just got these new TikTok famous leggings. They make my— Shut up! You've left me no choice! Triple testicular torsion tri-beam! Ha! It had to be done. That annoying TikTok robot voice is where we draw the goddamn line. Anyways, we chop as many trees as possible, as we're going to be making the entire arena out of ashwood, something we can never truly run out of. We begin carving out the outline of our gargantuan arena in lieu of our beautiful plant-headed MILF, outlining as much as we possibly can with all of the ashwood we've managed to collect through various grind sessions. We build through all of the Queen Pea Karens who try to grab us by our work shirts over the counter because they waited for their order 4 minutes longer than yesterday. With the help of our trusty walk the plank head-ass mount, we lay down walls for what feels like hours, but our work has only just begun. You see, everyone always needs a good old-fashioned Osagop tunnel in their world. It's true, I won't deny that. But because of inflation being on a constant rise, the cost of absolutely fucking balling on Plantera has increased. We are going to make our entire arena into an Osagop tunnel, making what appears to be the world's first Osagop arena. That's right, there are revolutionary mechanics being implemented into this video and nothing can stop it. This revolution goes so hard, in fact, that there will soon be microplastics in our Terrarian's blood, and we will use this newfound lifespan shortening power against every last one of these bosses, so help me God. The process repeats. Expand the arena, build walls, chop wood, then head back to the arena for more expansion. We deal with copious amounts of honey spilling into the bottom of our arena, all coming from the hive we found in this beautiful piece of nature, which we chop through for our own financial gain. We keep expanding. We totally— oh my god! Totally Don't die a single time either, making the process easy and smooth, with no silly desk breaking, keyboard smashing hiccups interfering with our work. Eventually, we see a light at the end of the tunnel. We clear out what appears to be just about all of the blocks polluting the inside of our safe haven. Then keep pile driving forward with slow, monotonous block swapping and wall building. It's here where you can truly see the caliber of our Osagaf arena. This thing is, and I quote, lanky and swanky to the max. Even simply viewing it on the minimap, you just know this isn't your average run-of-the-mill arena. No. It's an Osagaf arena, and hot diggity damn is it beautiful. Eventually, after several more purgatory sentences, we finish off the walls of our arena. Then soon after, finish the platform laying this arena deserves. That's right, we no longer use the term lay pipe here at WaffleTime Inc. We instead lay daybloom planter boxes. We run around the world, specifically our hellish set of platforms, to collect all of the arena buffs we once used down here, and stick them up in our newly implemented Osagaf arena, and voila, chef's kiss. We are done with this tremendous, godforsaken arena. We make small touches, such as adding a teleporter that goes directly into said arena in the case of our inevitable and gruesome death by Plant Cougar. But other than that, it is complete. That took goddamn forever. I'm glad that it's complete. Wanna know why? Because it's Plantera time, baby. There's now nothing stopping us, no more roadblocks on the long road to MILF City, and we intend on going 90 the entire way there. We quickly upgrade a few accessories, grab our potions, and run to our brand spanking new and world-renowned Osagaf arena with only one thing in mind: defeating, doming, and conquering wine-drunk cougar mode MILF Plantera, and collecting all of her spoils after indulging in a regrettable sugar mama monthly allowance. Now, what I didn't realize at the time was that making an Osagaf arena could come at a price, and I only noticed it when instead of slinking toward me sensually as she normally would, she uses 27 plant-based rocket boosters on her back to propel herself at Mach speed at us to stroke me silly at full power. That's right, our arena, and I never thought I'd see the day where I said this, is too big. If we go anywhere near the middle, her vegan booster mode activates and we're at constant risk of taking immense contact damage from Plantera, because we're technically no longer in a jungle biome on account of the jungle tiles not being close enough to us. Now don't get me wrong, it's Plantera. He who pulls me out shall be named King Arthur, make no mistake. But we're trying to beat this playthrough. We need to win, not settle. So we stick to the script of this battle and use our true Knight's Edge to inflict as much damage as possible, while dodging every attack she throws our way by flying in circles for the first phase. A funny little quirk she likes to do is lay thorns all over our goddamn arena. There it is, silly boss quirk, as well as the one we manually brought out by spending hours upon hours building this goddamn arena. What's the point? What does it all mean? Our thoughts are rudely interrupted by Plantera going into wine drunk mode, aka her second phase where she really shows her ruthlessness. By ruthlessness, I mean breaking it the fuck down full seizure mode on the dance floor, while Plantera shows us her spazzo style maxing dance moves because of the strobe lights. We make use of the sheer staggering size of our arena, staying well away from MILF Central, saving our own lives, but at what cost? Salvation is right there. But we must remember, we're pro gamers, and also terrified of women, so we must prevail no matter how tempting her succulence is. We dance all the way around our arena, making use of the true Knight's Edge as well as its long-ranged attacks and high power. We keep this up, dodging her tendrils as much as we can while we attack, and slowly wither Plantera's health down until she bursts into a big pile of love, and we're able to bask in our victory and rewards from our potted plant sugar mama on an epic turbo first try gamer victory. The seedler we got from Plantera is absolutely amazing, don't get me wrong, but the real spoils we were seeking was this temple key. This right here. This will unlock the lizard temple and allow us to beat Golem to death several times to feel better about our constantly deteriorating mental state and minuscule stature. But one thing to accelerate the growth of gray hairs in our luscious skullet is the fact that we have no idea where the temple is. Will this be another grand blue ball session of never being able to progress because of the raw treachery of this seed? We ponder upon our undying questions as we collect handfuls of ichor for crafting some flasks. Where in God's name could it be? We hollowed out half of our jungle already, making another arena that didn't work properly. Is it even in the jungle in this seed? We decide to go to the middle of our jungle at the top of our arena and begin to dig up with all of our visual potions slammed in hopes we see a trap or lizard mob wandering blindly. This is gonna take forever, and I know it already. No traps so far. Oh, there it is. Wow. Holy shit. Okay, that wasn't bad at all. What the hell? After about 30 seconds of oh-so-backbreaking hard work, and ruthless amounts of complaining for absolutely no reason, we've managed to find our temple, completely red and sitting conveniently directly above our arena. We begin digging around to find the entrance, but every single mob that ever existed in the history of Terraria decided that we were not permitted to find the entrance without being beaten with rocks and brass knuckles every 4 seconds. It truly shows how little we're able to get shit done around here when in order to find the temple entrance, we dig to the left, interrupting urine octopus. Dig to the left, hornets from hell. Dig to the left, honey from hell. Take a different approach, lava in my eyes. Go to the right instead, interrupting spiders, hornets from hell. Every mob known to mankind from hell. We decide to make a quick housing unit for the nurse and the arms dealer next to the temple simply for ease of commute. No more traffic on I-5 because 17 floaty grosses and 9 moss hornets decided to breed in the middle of the road. No more tortoises doing flying sumo slams on cars. We dig up and honey from hell. Lava. Wraith. Flying demon axe. Floaty gross. Wraith. Floaty gross. Wraith. Flying demon axe. Floaty gross. Floaty. Oh my god. Fuck. Leave me alone! We finally make it to what appears to be the front door of our temple, then quickly set a home in order to not have to do that procedure ever again. It begins. We begin pillaging the lizard temple and oh no, the temple. It's made of annoying social media niches. The horror. Oh, for fuck's sake, the first layer is the Money Mogul Master social media tier. They are ruthless, cunning, and seemingly lie for fun. Hey man, how's it going? I worked 22 hours today. I don't sleep. I work. If you want to make real money, you don't sleep. You invest in crypto, meditate, work out for 9 hours a day on top of working 22 hours a day. It's about the grind. We grind in this neck of the Stop lying. Breaking news. Unknown, forbidden, secret money method to make $10 million in 1 year has been revealed. Meditate. Cryptocurrency. Invest. Make thousands. Work out. Don't sleep. Meditate. Invest. Make millions. It's up to you to grind. Shut up. Everyone knows if you want to make real man money, you buy out Bowerstone Old Town because it's cheap, then turn the rent all the way up, and become a 5-star blacksmith for 12 hours straight. Man exposes millionaire's secret way of making millions. Oh really? Let's watch. I shit my pants 26 times a day. 26 times. Why? It motivates me to invest. I have to get up and go work for those new pants. I have to grind for them. If you want the women, the yachts, the money, the women, the yachts, it'll come naturally. Shit your pants. That's how you break the matrix. Go out and just buy assets. Assets cover your bills. Buy more assets with that money. Financial freedom in 3 simple steps. 26 times you shit yourself? 26 times a day. That's 3 per NFT I purchase every single day. Wow. And this has made you what? Thousands? Millions? Millions a day, yes. It's about investing, grinding. Side hustles? Right. And investing. I mean, I talk about it all in my course I teach. Only $129.99 a week for financial freedom. Thank God we're out of that first layer. Certainly nothing could be worse than that. Oh, sweet mother of hell, it's the dark anal recesses of fitness Instagram. I'd give it that 85% of fitness Instagram is fine and dandy, will definitely teach you a thing or two, and can be motivating to see growth and new concepts behind lifting. It's all great. Who doesn't like getting swole to the max? But crawling out of the depths of the butthole that's Instagram's recommended algorithms are the false inventors. New way discovered to shred your triceps. Secret formula to getting huge in 10 days. It is the literal equivalent of boner pill advertisements on the old hub, except these ones have way less schlongus and breasticles in the foreground. Do you want these? Do this. Fuck. Yeah, fucking Moonlord, you're dead. If this doesn't work for you, you're not working hard enough. Real men don't take rest days. Yeah. Really? It's that simple? Here's a new secret way to get shredded in 2 days like the Hulk, revealed by Arnold himself. And as always, you guys, here is how you do it. You guys, doing this has given me such an insane back pump. You guys have to try. Pumping iron, working out, love it. Taking social media brand New Discovery shortcut instant shred formula workouts at face value. I'd rather shit in my hands and clap. The worst comes last, and we find that the third layer makes me more angry than anything in the world. Content thievery. Now, this comes in all shapes and sizes. There's various forms of this. There's various different ways this is executed. There is fucking layers to this, and all of it makes me equally as angry. Let's break it down brick by brick. Here's our original clean video, free of smudges, crumbs, hairs, and several other substances we shall not name. Hey guys, here's my cat, check it out. Engage layer 1. Hey guys, here's my cat, check it out. How original. Engage layer 2. Hey guys, here's my cat,
when you are holding your cat.
Riveting. Engage layer 3. This is so me when I'm holding my cat. Check this one out. Hey guys, here's my
when
cat.
you are holding your cat.
How fresh. Engage layer 4. This is so me when I'm holding my cat. Check this one out. Hey guys, here's my
when
cat.
you are holding your cat.
How invigorating. Engage layer 5. This is so me when I'm holding my cat. Check this one out. Hey guys, here's my
when
cat.
you are holding your cat.
Want some icing on the cake? Yeah, sure. Take it. Take every bit of it. This is so me when I'm holding my cat. Check this one out. Hey guys, here's my
when
cat.
you are holding your cat.
Originality is on life support, and these videos make me want to peel a hangnail all the way up to my shoulder. Want to know the best part? I had 10 more layers. 10 more to add that wouldn't fit. But I just know there's a quote-unquote content creator out there that would make it work. Internet bandits. Eventually, through all of that muck, we managed to make it into Gollum's humble abode, which happens to be the size of a crumb. It's also here that we realize we've had the Rod of Discord this whole time, and we could have avoided all of that by simply teleporting in and making an arena. In a fit of rage, we make a quick additional coward pyramid down at the bottom of our world, not only for the solar eclipse we want to indulge in, but also in case we get stun locked again. Because I don't know about you, but if I have a single repeat of what happened earlier on in this playthrough, I will immediately want to delete my channel and start making those reaction videos I mentioned formerly. We hook up teleporters for the Mothrin we'll be hunting and ignoring child support orders from. Then oh, what a surprise, look who decides to show up. Damn it, damn it. Damn it! As soon as we endure that interruption long enough, we double jackhammer our way down to our lovely hell arena and summon up the solar eclipse. We're after those Mothrin for one thing and one thing only, the broken hero sword. Once we have that, unlimited power will fall into our hands, as we would then have the means to create the Ass Smasher 9000, aka the Terra Blade. The beginning of this event goes on regularly. Dumb, idiot, stupid, doofus mobs running face first into lava to try and get us. They want us so bad it's embarrassing. We wait and wait and wait until suddenly the foul shrieks of questioning where alimony payments are begin to echo in our pyramid greatly. We know that means one thing and one thing only, so we quickly begin a battle with Mothrin, running back and forth in our arena. Then suddenly, fucking deadly sphere? Are you kidding me? We try and get our stuff. Damn it! Then decide to wait the event out in the safety of our gamer coward pyramid farm instead of dying again and getting angry enough to grind our teeth down to the gums. We collect our belongings after the day turns to night, grab another solar tablet, then sleep until day to repeat the same godforsaken process all over again. Only this time Mothrin doesn't even give us 2 whole minutes before charging at us yet again, asking where all 9 of her baby's college funds are. At the casino, you winged heifer? Where do you think, bozo? She chases us down, acting like we weren't one more hand away from winning big this time, and we make sure to navigate up and down through our platforms so as to not have any random mobs quadruple barrel punch us in the back of the head, directly into Mothrin's terrifying and loud, buzzing-filled grasp. We keep up the battle when eventually she crumbles, and decides to drop us the Eye of Cthulhu yo-yo instead of the broken hero sword. We're mad, yes, but naturally not stressing as usual, as we now have a high-powered yo-yo in our back pocket in the case of our inevitable death, and incessant desire to collect our items we worked literally the entire playthrough for. We do a gobsmacking amount more waiting, get ourselves a nasty death sickle. Yeah, I love sniffing ass and sucking toes. Ew, nasty bitch. You're nasty. Oh, I get it. Eventually, another Mothrin rushes in, but a possessed was screen checking, or screen peeking as some would say, in our split screen Modern Warfare 2 1v1 on Rust, causing me to scream out loud in anger, resulting in us not only being beaten in Modern Warfare 2, but also being beaten with a belt in front of of my friend for being loud. A loss on all fronts. But a shocking win, however, when we're able to collect our items through our farm. Now we just have to wait for a Mothrin to spawn. And wait for a Mothrin to spawn. And wait for a The event is over. We grab another tablet again. Wait for daytime again. Wait for Mothrin again. Take it up to our platform again. Say those kids are not ours again. Go to court and do a backflip in the courtroom again. But this time it goes quite differently. As we wither our health down to nothingness, we see that we didn't just get the Eye of Cthulhu yo-yo again, but we also collected a beautiful, downright immaculate broken hero sword. The Terrablade is one solar eclipse waiting session away, so we wait out the entirety of the event in our coward pyramid farm, plugging our ears and crying like a man. Soon enough, the event is over with, and we head up to make our new Ass Smasher 9000. The Torch God has made a surprise guest cameo appearance for little to no reason at all. Pop quiz, busters. What do we do in this time of duress? Do we A. Play it smart, go back to our arena? B. Stay calm, collected, and stoic in the face of great danger and fear? Or C. Piss our pants, panic really, really badly, hold back tears, and try not to throw up? You got your answer? Are you locked in? Alright, let's see what happens. Oh no! Oh shit! What do we... Oh god, no, no, no! They're jumping me! They're jumping me! If you chose answer B, 25 waffle points to you, you are correct. We clearly, as you saw, stayed calm and collected, not afraid of a thing. They're simply torchlights after all, why would we almost have a heart attack over that? That would be ridiculous. So not us. Anyways, praying that we don't have another mild inconvenience slap us in the forehead so hard our hairline recedes, we collect our belongings, including both the true Excalibur and a true Knight's Edge, as well as our broken hero sword to create a brand spanking new, top of the line, ultimate weapon of mass destruction. We make the Terrablade, and with this, we will hopefully be able to make a lick of progress at a stronger pace than crawling at 1 mile per hour while every mob waits their turn in line to discombobulate me with their full strength. We spend only half of our soul, 2 of our arms, and 3 of our legs, reforging our new Terrablade to legendary. Dreaming of the moment we're able to hold a magnifying glass over the Goblin Tinkerer's bald head in a hot summer sun and turn him into a medium rare Goblin fillet. We then get to reforging all of our accessories to violent, so we shoot beams as fast as we become unreasonably furious at any small inconvenience that anyone else would shrug off within 4 seconds, meaning incredibly, outrageously fast. With our new loadout, we haul ass over to the temple and go right underneath the Trapper from Hell, right underneath the Golem Chamber to set a quick home and, God damn it! Teleport up at a moment's notice. We build a half-assed arena for what we believe will be a pathetic, curb-stompable boss. Get a blood moon, hyperventilate, realize we can skip it, then head back to the temple. Our strategy here is to teleport in, put our Rod of Discord back in the piggy bank, battle, and if we die, respawn right beneath the temple, grab our rod from the piggy bank below, and teleport right back in. We'd repeat this process until we get lucky enough to win. We proceed to deck out our arena with heart lanterns, campfires, peace candles, bass statues, stationary buffs such as sharpening stations and bewitching tables, and even a sunflower for safe measure, with us grabbing all of our potions. I believe it's safe to say we're sufficiently stacked enough to jungle mimic from hell. Begin this battle after we are done healing. What will Golem's silly little quirk be? What will he do to make this battle 1,000 times harder than it should be? There's truly only one way to find out. Feeling prepared for the absolute worst to come, we grow microscopic nards just big enough to summon him. Hit the altar and... Not again. Baby Golem. That's right. Baby Golem has made a swift return from our For the Worthy playthrough. And boy oh boy is he as puntable as ever. He's fast, jumps high enough to honey dip harder than Vince Carter in his prime, and is cranky beyond belief because we forgot to give him his afternoon juice box. What in the hell is happening in this seed? There is nothing I can properly explain. What is his little microscopic quirk, I hear you ask? What is he? Hey! Hey! He's eating my torches! Put them back now. That's right. Any torch he appears to come in contact with immediately disintegrates, resulting in a rather unfavorable blind arena setup. Thankfully, however, he doesn't appear to be affecting the torches outside of his vicinity, as well as our campfires and peace candles, so we're able to glaze past his dumb little gamer quirk with fair ease. That is, until we realize he shoots I-beams like an automatic shotgun, and we pay the price greatly for this oversight. To Golem. To Golem. God damn it! This doesn't faze us, however, as it's our first time fighting this boss on this seed. How could we possibly beat ourselves up? Golem? Golem. Out of all the bosses, Golem We take a slightly different approach on the second run and place more torches than we believe he can eat. He's that small. There's not a chance in hell his tiny stomach can handle eating every single torch in this room. Boy, was I wrong. And we find that out the second we summon him again, as he immediately begins vacuum inhaling every single torch that we placed. However, this doesn't stop us from soaking him in as much damage as possible while they're still light. What Golem's Benjamin Button-ass didn't know was that because he's so tiny, it's much easier to dodge him in this small of a room. So we stick to the outer edge and take out his arms as well as eventually his head, and we're left with nothing but a pebble-sized body to beat to death with a sledgehammer. We do just that. We still have lights up in the corners of our arena, so we're able to see enough to only get hit 20 out of 21 times. Just enough to scrape by, and eventually, by a goddamn thread, we managed to put Golem up for adoption and have him sent away entirely. That was interesting. We open our loot bag and see that we got a pick saw, as well as a staff of earth, which we will probably never ever use. Fantastic. What's more important than that is that we were able to turn him upside down and shake all of the beetle husks he has out of his pockets. With enough of these bad boys, we'll be able to make the armor set that'll take us all the way through to the Moon Lord. With this being said, we place a ridiculous amount of campfires all around our arena to solve the great Golem Temple lighting crisis of 2023, then proceed to hand deliver a 20th Trimester Supremo directly to the punchable mud brick golem yet again, this time getting a golem fist, which we will use to fist our enemies, only in the case we don't have access to our beautiful Terra Blade. Feeling quite confident, we take him on yet again. We decide to hang on to our confidence and definitely do not battle him again, as that would surely result in our confidence and manhood being torn to the bone by a boss who deserves no victory. See, we didn't die here. The proof is right there. While deep in thought, we create our new set of foreign beetle drip. Yeah, people who don't watch WaffleTime probably never heard of this. We got it from Beetle Land. It's vintage and exclusive and stuff. All of the drippiest of drops aside, we begin to ponder. Are we ready for the Lunatic Cultist? We are so close to the end. What else is to come? Will this final set of bosses be the ones to finally push us over the edge, resulting in us tattooing the red cloud across our chest in a fit of rage? We need to test ourselves and find out. We go down with our new weapon as well as our new drip droppy set of armor and summon up Mechdusa to really see how much we can. We are so unbelievably fucked! We go down with our new weapon as well as our new drip droppy set of armor and summon up Queen Slime to test our might. After completely beasting Queen Slime's gelatinous Badonkus Maximus several times in a row, it's very apparent to me that we're ready. The only thing that could stop us is us. And stuff that does damage to us. But if we don't take any damage, we can't be stopped. Think about it. We as players die from taking damage. If we don't take any damage at all in the fights, then technically we can't die. Checkmate, liberals. Feeling confident and brave, we sprint to our dungeon at max speed, stacked to the absolute core with upgraded weapons, armor, accessories, and testosterone coursing through our veins like Bane from Batman. As it turns out, the above-ground arena was not completely useless after all. We can fight the Lunatic Cultist in that arena. It is there that we'll tip the dominoes toward giving the Moon Lord prosthetic legs that aren't weather resistant, then watching him tip over in the rain after they rust. With this simple thought being the only thing left in life that brings us a mere inkling of joy, we absolutely mop the cultist crew and flee up to the arena as soon as possible. The fight goes phenomenally at first. We see that not much has changed about the old Lunatic Cultist. His attacks are just about the same, except they're faster, which is completely manageable in our book. What's not manageable in our book mentally, however, is getting him to less than a quarter of his health and accidentally taking 20 shotgun blast spirit orbs straight to our chrome dome for the world's most degrading bell ringer. His fucking health! He can breathe in too hard and die! Give me a break! We waste no time in grabbing our items that spilled all over the goddamn arena and sleeping until the next day so the cultists respawn and do that dumbass dance they love doing. We hit some curls in our room at 3 in the morning off of a sudden surge of motivation that will not last longer than an hour, then slaughter this chump's replacement group of friends, leaving him friendless entirely, which is kind of funny if I'm being entirely honest. What he doesn't know is that we actually did him a favor, as his hooded acquaintances would simply invite him to hang out out of pity, and even made a separate group chat without him included to create actually fun plans because he's such a mood killer. He thinks otherwise as he shoots every spell in his book at us. This time, however, it goes much more smooth. We're able to dodge his attacks in an efficient enough manner to heal when needed, and dish out quite a staggering amount of damage with our Terra Blade. So much so that the Dryad actually texted me back. It doesn't matter if she sent me a screenshot of my latest 24 messages to her and said, "OMG, kill me," quickly followed by "Sorry sorry, meant to send that to the nurse. It's a text back. It's the thought that counts. Soon enough, with dodging, attacking, and dodging some more, and with an ass hair of close calls, we make the unfortunate mistake of actually defeating the lunatic cultist, and not just leaving him be. I see you noticed I said mistake instead of Chad Von Thundercock decision. I stand extraordinarily firm on that, and here's why. We open our map, ready to take on the pillars, and slowly realize that all of them are underground. The goddamn pillars are underground in this seed. Just when you think something is going to be in order in this seed, it's not even the opposite. Opposition has order. This does not. This is so disgustingly out of control that it hurts physically when I breathe all the way in. Words cannot even begin to describe what I'm feeling right now. I have never felt more disgruntled in my entire life. I'm gonna throw up. I'm actually gonna throw up. In lieu of proceeding with thugging that shit out to the max, I quickly locate 5 things I can see, 4 things I can touch, 3 things I can hear, 2 things I can smell, and 1 thing I can taste. Then hatch up a plan that would rock the gaming industry entirely. We grab all the wood we can and begin tunneling over to our first target, the solar pillar. We dig our hearts out, even going as far as to get rid of the lava in the way of our tunnel of doom and misfortune. We need an expedited way to get our items in the sad event that we die, but with this genius strategy, it's hard to imagine us dying even once. What we do next will shock you. Keep those Terraria themed panties on because this shit is about to rock your world, as this is the manliest thing that has ever been done in the history of all that has ever existed. We get directly into the vicinity of the solar pillar, then quickly exit, as we're scared of the monsters, then build ourselves a cool hideout. That's right. We hide. We cower in fear over the existential nightmares we can already feel brewing in the backs of our heads. Hence why we decided to partake in the manliest of strategies. We set a quick home, tunnel our way to the pillar, and go to work killing enemies left and right. Great! Great! Great strategy, man! God damn it! Thank you, WaffleTime. What a chill guy. Total chiller in my opinion. Anyways, we attempt to collect our items. Get rubbed out by a Dracanian. We got rubbed out yet again, but this time by a Dracanian. Certainly not the worst thing a Dracanian can do to us, but I digress. We grab some of our spare loot and actually manage to wheeze our way through our tunnel, Shawshank style, and collect our original gear. We decide to take an even more manly approach and briefly enter the solar pillar's vicinity. Lure out a few unsuspecting idiot dim-wit solar pillar mobs. Beat them to death quietly, then rinse and repeat the process again. Slowly but surely, we manage to drain this behemoth's shield, and I'm sure it goes without saying that we'll be employing the same strategy for the next 3 pillars after this one. God! Give me a chance! What am I supposed to— Fuck! As you can see, we're far from struggling with this genius method we've employed. I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. We eventually wither the pillar's shield down and go directly for the source. All of this without a shred of struggle or dying even once. We do an epic block placement cheese where we're safe, sound, and snug and chip away at the pillar's health until eventually, against all odds, we manage to defeat our first pillar. That was horrendous. We have 3 more to go, which will all be arguably much worse than the solar pillar, so what do we do next? We make a daybreak as a reward for our hard work, of course. We then fly directly over to the vortex pillar and repeat the same procedure. We build a cowardly hut to hide in, set a spawn, and get to work. This pillar certainly shows that it's nowhere near as bad as the former, as we're able to knock its shield down over halfway before shitting our pants and running for our lives. Progress, ladies and gentlemen. We destroy the vortex pillar's shield with fair ease, but the true problem arises when we see the placement of the pillars in an incredibly inconvenient spot, placed around several bends and twists, which makes me want to bend and twist. I've been advised by High Council to not finish that joke. We try several different methods of getting to the pillar to no avail, and of course die relentlessly, over and over again. I don't have anything. What am I supposed to do? My items! We go back and not only collect our belongings, but also manage to dig our way to the ridiculously placed vortex pillar and unleash a barrage of pent-up rage on it that we've been stowing away for years, all until the pillar has disintegrated entirely. Man, that felt great. Time to bottle up again and repress for another 23 years. We go back home and create an entirely unnecessary amount of chlorophyte bullets for the upcoming Moonlord battle. Because no, we do not want to be anywhere near that absolute goddamn atrocity when it decides to sprout 20 new sets of arms like Doctor Strange. Simply because we're in the wacky world on the wonky seed. Not a chance in hell. The gun we'll be using, of course, is the Vortex Beater, which if you didn't happen to know, inflicts our enemies with a debuff that makes them suffer with memories of their younger selves being extremely cringy or embarrassing every single night they try and sleep, resulting in them not being able to sleep, which, guess what? Gives them more time to remember themselves being cringe-ass nene babies so long ago. And man oh man, do we need that type of power in our arsenal. We start the Stardust Pillar off by dying, collecting our things, dying. Then of course making another 1-bedroom unit for $3,200 a month in rent. Why $3,200 a month? Well, I mean, look at the view! Isn't it wonderful? We begin our battle with the Stardust Pillar and immediately see an issue. Milky Way Weavers, hands down, are the most petrifying, infuriating creatures to ever set foot in our world. They do an unreasonable amount of damage, they move at the speed of light, and they could not care less about our pleas for mercy. They want to take our lunch money, then spend it on a date with our mothers and send us selfies of them two having a great time. Luckily though, we managed to find a star cell walking alone, minding its own business. Now, I don't want any trouble, I believe were the words uttered by it before we knife it to death, wait for it to recover, and knife it more, all the way until the shield is entirely deteriorated. Then we wipe it out completely. Very kind of the star cell to walk down WaffleTime Inc. Avenue with full pockets. It will be considered a nice donation to our cause. Here comes the interesting bit. The pillar needs to get got. So we attempt to run over to it and... Die, 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 die. Get some backup gear. Die again. Die, die. Die. Get more backup gear. Die. Collect our first set of backup gear. Die, die. I can't move a fucking foot without getting space wormed. God damn it! Nearly make it to our stuff and die. 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 Then come up with a genius master plan to get our items back. Never in my life have I felt more furious than we are currently, so we have quite literally nothing to lose when we decide to press our face against hot lava honey blocks until we have enough tombstones laid down to craft up an insane amount of beehives. That's right. We plan on clogging up the enemy spawn rate so much with the tiny bees we've grown to hate over years of playing this game that no Stardust enemies can spawn at all. We make over 400 beehives in our fog-filled crafting stations, then run back over, fully and entirely confident in our expert gamer plan. We break an outrageous amount of beehives and spawn bees until nothing else is spawning around us. It's radio silence around here, other than, of course, the loud droning of 1,000 bees behind one feeble wooden door. Our plan is working. If they directed their attention at any mob except for me, we dispose of the mob, then quickly spawn more bees in their place. We slowly, painstakingly work our way back to where it all started, making sure the absurd amount of bees are all in working order, following our every movement. It's a delicate procedure. One mistake could end it all for us. What? No! Please! No! God damn it! How did that even happen? For the love of all that is fucking holy, I'm gonna beat my desk to dust with a goddamn rock! Our plan failed miserably. What in the world happened? Why did that happen? Our thoughts are soon drowned out by the fact our items are still near the pillar, being rifled through by Stardust creatures. Rage has boiled up inside of our souls and hearts to a point of no return. There is no coming back from this moment, whether things go good or not. I am now permanently fixed to be a hollow husk of a man. We try to fetch our items and have to make a disgusting, disease and waste-infested sewer line to navigate through to get around the mobs. Die. Keep navigating over. Worm from hell. Keep navigating over. Wraith from hell. Keep navigating over. Make it back to our beloved coward housing unit. Die. 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 Collect some of our items. Then it happens. The crowd is silenced as WaffleTime gets into his stance. He breaks free. He's breaking free and heading for the goalpost. The 40. The 50. The 20! Holy shit, WaffleTime made it! He takes it all the way! The crowd is screaming, but he weeps uncontrollably in the fetal position on his bedroom floor. He's throwing up! WaffleTime is throwing up! He pissed on his floor! WaffleTime has lost all control! WaffleTime is definitely taking this one out on his future family. Hell of a game tonight, gentlemen. Sorry about that. Full mental snapping moment. We get lucky enough to grab the remainder of our items after dying a few more times, and are left alone with our thoughts. nuts, causing us to not only spiral an unhealthy amount of times, but also to attempt to hatch up a plan for how in God's name we can put an end to this pillar once and for all. It's very clear that a top-down approach would work best, so we take the man's man approach, sprinting over and throwing dynamite above the pillar to have a direct line of fire above it, and teleporting back home anytime there's anything on our screen that even has a slight edge of danger about it. Eventually, we throw enough dynamite to where the pillar is exposed, and after many teleports home, we manage to make it over and do our first honest amount of damage on it. Every swing we land is a testament to how confused my therapist will be when I pull out diagrams of the Stardust pillar to explain why I've been pulling out my eyebrows and eyelashes during the day. We try over and over again to get back to the pillar, and keep teleporting home at a moment's notice because we are not doing that again. We can't do that again, or there is no telling the amount of carnage that will happen to my keyboard, desk, microphone, and monitor for that matter. Soon enough, we get another golden opportunity to soak the pillar in damage and do just that, swinging as hard as we can while trying not to throw up at the mere sight of it. A star cell just lets itself in and makes itself comfortable. Great. Great! Every inconvenience that happens from here on out is one more hair I'll be pulling directly from my scalp with tweezers, and I'll be the first to tell you I will be very lucky to even have a scalp after the completion of this god-forsaken seed. At long last, another opportunity arises and... we did it. It feels like we beat the game, but we know deep down that the worst is yet to come. If the pillars have made me take 29 bites out of my desk so far, there is no telling what the Moon Lord is capable of. There's no time to celebrate the end of that 3-hour-long item collecting session, however, as there's still one more pillar on our stabby slap stab list. In order to not be the only one suffering beyond repair in this world, we craft up a Stardust Dragon Staff, so he has to sit through exactly what we sit through. No longer will we be suffering alone. Instead, we get to watch our dragon friends suffer as well. Wonderful. With this being said, we work our way over to the final pillar, the Nebula pillar. By far, our least favorite pillar, and get to work, when all of a sudden... oh, no! Oh, fuck me! Oh, no! Okay, you know what? That wasn't that bad of an attempt. It's clear to me at this point, we're simply unable to feel emotion on account of the great Stardust Pillar incident. We stick to tradition and build ourselves a coward hut, set our spawn, and get directly to work. This pillar immediately is nowhere near as bad as the Stardust Pillar. It's mostly brain sucklers trying to suckle our brains. Thank goodness they aren't going for our heads, that would be disastrous. Our Stardust Dragon goes to work as well, happy because it's his first day on the job, and he hasn't seen anything grueling as of yet. Little does he know. God damn it! We keep withering the final pillar shield away, taking an ample amount of time to heal up when we're on the brink of death, then charging directly back into battle, only with minimal amounts of interruptions by the Empress of Light. Why? Eventually, we end up taking out the pillar's shield entirely, and thankfully, this pillar doesn't happen to be in that grueling of a position this time. It's in the open. No putrid routes we have to take to get to it, none of that extra yee work to make us further lose our marbles and go into even further marble debt. So thankfully, we only die a small amount before actually being able to destroy the pillar. It's only now that it hits us. Impending doom approaches. This is it. This is the final boss of the entire run we've spent so much time on. We have the opportunity to end this playthrough once and for all, but what does the Moon Lord have in his back pocket? What silly quirk will he have? Will he actually have real legs? Will he grow more arms? Will there be even more various eyeballs? There's only one way we can truly find out. We grab all of our potions and go down to our hell arena as fast as possible, bracing ourselves for the absolute worst. Suddenly, without skipping a beat, he spawns in, and we run wing and foot away from his various eyeballs. He has an absolutely insane amount of health, is already doing a crippling amount of damage to us. But certainly that can't be it, right? There has to be something he does to— What? Moon Boulders? What the fuck is a Moon Boulder? Are you kidding me? Moon Boulders. That's right, you heard correctly. Moon Boulders. And they hit harder than our parents do after 8 cold ones. This makes no sense. Moon Boulders? How does that even work? How does he do that? Where does he summon those from? What we did notice is that it happened directly after his death ray attack, and that the boulders bounced all over the arena at unreasonable speeds. Both issues we're going to have to find quick fixes for if we actually plan on beating this seed. It's clear and obvious as well that we're in desperate need of more speed, but there's not a chance in hell I even want to imagine taking on Dick Pissrin in a world like this, meaning all of our options are extraordinarily limited. Both mounts we could think of that would be incredibly useful to exploit in this battle are both obtainable through the Pumpkin Moon, so we go to the dungeon and do the only thing we could think of that's reasonable, and completely, entirely bully the Eater of Worlds, not only for the ectoplasm, but also to show him exactly how he felt during the full pre-hard mode experience of this series. We get plenty of ectoplasm from him, but also get an extraordinary amount of satisfaction from bringing great harm to his fat, cancerous, vile worm body. We wormed the worm. Reverse wormage if I do say so myself. If you haven't thought of what we're going for by now, we're going for either the Hexed Branch for its insane speed, or the Witch's Broom for its very good speed and its unlimited flight capabilities. Either one of them would be greatly helpful, so with no other options left, we plant some pumpkins, have exactly 3 gooning sessions, then in a somber state of post-goon sesh clarity, we craft up a couple of Pumpkin Moon medallions and get straight to work. The waves are very easy to breeze by with our funky fresh set of Gucci Beetle armor, as well as our Ass Smasher 9000 Terrablade going to town for us. It serves as no surprise when we're able to beat Morningwood with fair ease, since I've been practicing doing just that to my own yogurt launcher every single day at sunrise for as long as I can remember. We get nothing. We kill another. We get nothing. We kill another. We get nothing. Having nothing left to lose, we activate our purebred Pitbull Stardust Dragon's kill mode by pointing at the mobs and telling our Stardust Dragon that all the mobs trying to attack us are all toddlers. It goes full rip and tear Doom Eternal mode as intended. Eventually, the Pump King comes in and we show him who the real Pump King is, one swing at a time. We manage to kill even more Morningwood, actually managed to get ourselves a Hexed Branch, and a Spooky Hook, which is absolute perfection for our cause. We get a Spooky Twig from a Morningwood, but due to the horrors we've seen all through this seed, this is more like a normal, regular twig to us. Just a glimpse of the fucked up, insane reality we live in every day. We're in the middle of describing why we, the people of WaffleTime Inc., are the true Pump Kings of the land to this absolute buffoon, when the event abruptly ends. Thank the high heavens we got ourselves a hell of a mount. So what comes next? Firstly, we go on yet another Wyvern extinction pushing mission to make some spooky wings. Soon after, we realize the arena is in desperate need of some type of upgrade. We chop the land down to equal height, then make slanted pathways leading up in case we need to use more of our arena. We then hook up teleporters to each side of the edge of our arena, spanning a great length all the way through hell simply for momentum continuity, and to not get slapped, or perhaps even tickled by the Moon Lord's various boulders. We do this for both layers, just in case. On that note, we also go to the bottom layer of our arena and do the same, so we can teleport up and use the full length of our arena at a moment's notice. Soon after, we make a nurse box, but this time it's a mechanical nurse box, and set our homes in it. The plan is to teleport home, pay an outlandish amount of money in a time of horrible crisis to the nurse to feel slightly better for upwards of 20 seconds, then drop down to one of the teleporters below to immediately be zapped back into battle, giving us a very small window of time to actually get our asses moving again. We're willing to pay the nurse and goblin tinkerer their ridiculous demands of money at any cost they desire, because once the Moon Lord has been defeated, we no longer require their services. That is when the fear should hit them, when they're no longer of use to us. We craft up our Vortex Rump Spanker, then proceed to go on what may be this world's final epic gamer mowing session, mining out a ton more chlorophyte for bullets, which, as shown by the Moon Lord's gobsmacking amount of HP, we will desperately need to survive. We, of course, take time to Reforge. Dreaming about painting our walls with Goblin every single time we have to hit the Reforge button. Then reforge our Stardust Pitbull, as well as all of our accessories to further prepare us for this epic final battle. Lastly, we hook up our heart statues to our arena to dispense out as many hearts as our feeble gamer body can digest at once. With all of this being said and done, with all of the gamer strategies we can possibly think of being brought to fruition, it's time. We make a Celestial Sigil, grab our potions, then head down to our newly upgraded arena to attempt the final boss of this deranged, downright sickening run. We summon him and have little to no time to react as he spawns in with a vengeance only the Rump Spanker 9000 can tend to. So we flee the scene at the speed of sound on our unpaid intern Morningwood, who was kind enough to give us a piggyback ride all the way through this battle. With our new mount Speed, we're able to dodge a large amount of his attacks. However, his various eyeballs, as well as his various boulders, still tune us up in a way that is simply not ideal for our whole whole wanting to live situation. With this being said, we attempt to soak him in as much damage as possible, and when we get low on health, we quickly heal at the nurse and get right back into action. Our plan is working! We're doing a solid amount of damage to the Calamari Overlord while being able to dodge the majority of his attacks. What more could a pro gamer and part-time gooner ask for in his day-to-day life? The nurse strategy works excellent as well. We're able to heal and get out as fast as possible. We keep up with the strategy, keep dodging, keep running and gunning, and sticking with the master plan we brewed up. All is fantastic. All is so fantastic, in fact, that we get both of his hand eyeballs out of their sockets and gun for his big-ass forehead with all of our might. All is perfect. Until the worst thing that could possibly happens. We are unbelievably screwed, but there's still a chance. If we manage to get his top eyeball out, we can keep our distance and let the bullets go straight to his heart. We can do it. Bam! Laser! Bam! Laser! Moon Boulders! Oh no, 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 god damn it! What the fuck is a Moon Boulder? You seven-eyed, no-legged octopus fuck! We failed. We have enough pillar components to make 2 more Celestial Sigils total. The strategy was working. Did we simply have a stroke of bad luck? We take one of the sigils down to the arena and try out the same strategy, running and gunning as fast and as tough as our feeble little gamer hands will let us. This time, however, we don't even get close. We run and utilize our Rump Spanker 9000, but we do nowhere near as much damage between having to heal. Something in our strategy is awry. As if doomed by fate itself, we take a Moon Boulder directly to the head. So hard, in fact, that the boulder is now wielding my teeth as a waffle tooth necklace accessory. The boulders are everywhere! I can't dodge! I can't outrun them! I can't do shit! I have no balls! The genius master plan failed yet again, and just when we were on the brink of greatness, just when we think we've lost it all, a glimmer of light shows itself as soon as we respawn. Notice the boulders. Notice their reaction to blocks. The boulders are breaking. They're bouncing off of blocks and breaking. Does this mean, by some divine miracle, if we're somehow able to have the boulders spawn initially in a place filled with blocks, they'd be rendered useless? We have quite literally one more shot at this. One more shot, or we have to do the pillars all over again and start from square one. Is it worth the gamble? Do we dare try and uproot our plan we've already created? Well, ladies and gentlemen, everyone knows all gambling addicts quit one hand before they win big. So we have work to do. We start by uprooting the nurse's terrible living conditions with one goal in mind: to make it even worse for her, as she permanently and constantly deserves less. We dig up to a block-filled section above the arena and make an even worse home with far worse living conditions just for the nurse. Then rig it up to a teleporter similar to our format before, simply so we can heal and get back into action lickety goddamn split. As an added layer of defense, we throw some blocks above where the Moonlord's top eye would likely be. If the boulders get trapped in these blocks, or the mud blocks above the nurse's god-awful homestead, we may just be able to complete this wretched abomination of a seed. After a few tests, we see the teleporting is working according to plan. Our master plan here is to teleport up to the nurse and heal every single time he shoots his tremendous phantasmal death ray, because directly after that attack his moon boulders show up. If all goes according to plan, his moon boulders will be stuck between blocks until they're broken, and we'll be free of 400 plus damage-causing Moonlord kidney stones flying around our arena at Mach speed. We quickly craft up an Avenger emblem to even further enhance our damage output, and soon realize the inevitable is now upon us. This is it. This is the final showdown. Either we're launched back all the way to square one, or we complete this challenge once and for all. We grab every last one of our potions and prepare ourselves for the nightmares to come. We have no choice. We must push forward. We take our last celestial sigil and use it. Soon enough, the Moonlord arrives, ready to wipe our existence from this world. We take a dash and immediately begin soaking him in as much damage as possible. We carefully watch his top eye and prepare for his laser blast and kidney stone flurry. Either this strategy will work, or it's over for us. His eye begins to charge. The blast comes at us. We dodge and at the last second, teleport to the nurse. It worked. Our plan worked. No moon boulders show up to plague our arena. No sudden bumps of 400 plus damage. We have efficiently gotten rid of his most powerful attack, but our work is far from over. We keep dashing to the right and shooting with everything we have. His beam charges and fires. We dodge, teleport, and our plan works a second time. It's foolproof. It's official. We can actually do this. We rinse and repeat this process, determined to keep this future W in the bag at all costs. We keep teleporting back, healing, shooting, dodging the death beam, then teleporting once more. Then It happens. We teleport up, and our nurse dies. We don't even have one of his eyes out yet, and our nurse has been destroyed. Are we finished? Is this it for us? Are we going to be sent back to square one and have no choice but to have a public meltdown at the next VidCon? We have no choice but to keep battling this big squid son of a bitch and hold out as long as possible. The silver lining in this all is that while we're no longer able to heal at a moment's notice, we can still utilize teleporting back to null out the Moon Boulders. So we do just that. Soon enough, we pop one of his various eyeballs out of its socket, giving us a direct line of fire to his top eye. If he has no top eye, if he has no laser, can he still shoot boulders at us? There's truly only one way to find out. We attack his top eye with everything we have, dodging his laser, trapping his boulders, then shooting even more. Every hit we take makes us physically revolt in real life, knowing that one wrong move could be the end of it all. Taking a few hits, we run by our heart statue setup as many times as we can, and heal as often as our potion sickness permits. Here's an idea, why don't we just drink another potion while we feel sick? Oh boo-hoo, my stomach hurts, shut up. There's an eldritch deity shooting fucking eyeballs at you. I think we can worry about your upset stomach later. Soon enough we take out his top eye entirely. There's only one eye left to deal with, so we shoot at it in hopes the top eye being out results in no more boulders being able to spawn. We shoot and shoot and shoot, and no boulders show up. Have we done it? No more phantasmal death ray, no more kidney stones. Do we have a chance at winning this battle? We push forward, only teleporting back when we reach the end of our tremendous hell arena, and keep shooting in the off-screen eye's direction in hopes that the chlorophyte bullets are actually making their way over to it. We see the Moon Lord's core open, exposing his heart, meaning we've taken out every single one of his various eyeballs. This is it. This is our chance. We have no room for error. We can't make a single mistake, or it may be the death of us entirely. We keep teleporting, keep running and shooting, and are actually able to run fast enough to avoid his barrage of various eyeballs that swarm our way. It takes an absolutely insane amount of time, but his health gets lower and lower, and we are not running out of bullets anytime soon. We teleport, shoot, until we physically hook him up to life support. This is our final run. We keep shooting as fast as possible until at long last. Come on, baby. We got this. We so got this. Yes! Yes, I did it! God damn it, yes! 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 The Moon Lord is nothing to me. Don Moon Lord está muerto. Sus capos están muertos. Ustedes no tienen a nadie más por quien pelear. Llenen sus bolsillos y váyanse en paz. O vengan a pelear conmigo y mueren! We did it. We actually did it. The Moon Lord is gone. This putrid seed has at long last been conquered. This was an experience I will never, ever forget until the end of time. I'd like to extend a personal hug and many thanks to the entire Relogic team for making this seed as maniacal as it was, as well as an extra endless thank you to the entire team, as well as those lovable freaks Red and Senex for giving me my very own Terraria weapon. Thank each of you guys individually 10 million times for all of your constant hard work, and for being the best goddamn game developers to ever do it. With the Moon Lord finally being defeated in this world, it's over. We have officially beaten the Get Fixed Boy seed, and I, personally speaking, could not be more thrilled about it. This was by far the most difficult, grueling experience playing Terraria I have ever had the nauseating pleasure of partaking in, and I will not soon forget the treachery the seed has unfolded into my mind. We are far beyond therapy at this point. There is no coming back from this seed. It'll be very troubling trying to explain what MEDIUMCORE is to my psychiatrist, but that is certainly without a doubt a later us problem. With all that being said, and with the Moon Lord officially being slain, stuffed, and put on a sizable mantle above my fireplace, that about concludes our very own ZENITH SEED Legendary Mode MEDIUMCORE playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching and tuning in all the way to the end of this extra long, extra special video. This video did take a staggeringly long time to make, so if you enjoyed, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe for more content like this, as well as leave a comment down in the comment section below to let me know your thoughts on this video. Also, if you'd like, please be sure to drop a follow and check out my Instagram and Twitter for future video and stream updates, as well as my secret Facebook page where you can watch all of the videos that get demonetized instantly on my YouTube channel. All of those links are down in the description for your convenience. Thank you all so much again for watching, and for making this experience so amazing. I'll be seeing all of you feral ghouls in the next video. WaffleTime ZENITH SEED Destroyer Mode out.